The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show podcast is sponsored by Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is fun, sun, and savings time at Standard Heating and Air with incredible savings on AC units, heat pumps, and combo deals this month to ensure your air quality is up to snuff this summer. Go to standardheating.com for more info or to schedule your appointment today.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. 93
Do you know what today is?
Anybody up for iced tea? I'm gonna make some tea.
Today is National Iced Tea Day.
Will you make me some iced tea?
Sweetened or unsweetened.
Being a California girl living in the South, I've learned when I go to a restaurant, if I order an iced tea, it automatically comes with 3 pounds of sugar in it. Y'all call that sweet tea. We call it diabetes.
Hard to say no to 5 gallons of sugar for 99 cents. Oh, that's my jam, son. Arizona's. I be bad and bougie with my Arizonas. I ain't basic with mine. I'm bad and bougie. I got the green tea. The green tea, you act better than people. You like, yeah, it's not that mucho mango you used to. Got antioxidants.
Iced tea.
Y'all ready?
It's tea time.
National Iced Tea Day. I'll tell you what, take that iced tea and pour all of it into your toilet.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I'm not trying to start trouble right from the friggin' get-go. It's not even 5:45 in the morning, but let's squash this right away.
I tried being an iced tea guy for a little bit when I was giving up pop for the millionth time.
Yeah.
And it sucked, didn't it?
I'm not much of a fan.
Oh, dude, I
want to be the iced tea day celebration buzzkill.
I'll take all your iced tea. I'll take the brisk iced tea. I'll take the Arizona sweet tea.
You can have it.
What about the actor-rapper iced tea? You a fan?
I'll take him.
Welcome to the Half-Ass Morning Show. Man, June 10th sucks. If all there is National Iced Tea Day.
Yeah, is that the best we got?
You know how I know that you were raised incorrectly? When your favorite drink is iced tea.
Oh, my mom, she'll go for an Arnie Palmer every once in a while.
What?
Yeah, she likes to tear it up.
She's crazy.
I will have an iced tea, but only half a glass.
Yeah.
Please fill the rest with some lemonade. I've been drinking a lot of tea, hot tea, try and fight my throat deal. What's going on? I'm drinking a tea called Throat Coat, and I do have to chuckle a little bit every time.
That's good for you, though.
I take a sip.
I've had a little bit of that before when I was sick, and I same chuckle came out of me first time I read Throat Coat.
Yeah, I almost was defensive about it. You know, like with the family. I'm like, all right, get the jokes out. I'm drinking this because I got an issue going on.
Yeah, Throat Coat, cute name. All right.
They know what they did.
Here we go. They do. Here we effing go on a Monday. Josh will tell you this. We used to have the worst work vending machines in the county 20-some years ago. While we're talking about this dopey iced tea day. 20-some years ago, worst work vending machine in the neighborhood. No water, no Gatorade, no root beer, no Sunkiss, no lemonade, any of that fun stuff. No fruit punch, just coffee and iced tea.
Oh, my gosh.
Those days
awful.
sucked.
Hey, you know what I realized?
What?
I drank an iced tea this morning. I didn't even know it.
Pour it and throw it away.
Yeah, it's one of those monster iced teas.
Yeah, it says tea and lemon. I had a friggin' Arnie Palmer.
Oh, those monster iced teas are the best, though. Yum.
I'm an idiot. Okay, I do like it.
Josh will want some tea now.
I like this stuff, the Monster Rehabs.
Yeah.
What a dope I am. Waffle, I'm with you.
All right.
You
iced tea.
You don't even know.
Iced tea.
You don't even know what you're drinking.
I guess not.
Yeah, I was
put
forced
anything in front of you.
back in those terrible days.
What a dope.
I was forced to drink iced tea because that was it. It was either that or coffee. And every morning I wanted to make myself vomit. But it was the only option.
So when you're drinking iced tea, Waffle, is it just basically sugar water?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you're dumb.
There's so much sugar and then also honey. Add some honey into there. But I mean, even when I drank coffee, I hate it. But when I drank coffee, it was like all sugar, creamer, splash of coffee.
What do they call that? Crack?
Yeah.
Crack coffee, whatever.
That's how a lot of folks get through it. What the hell's going on around here? It's like I said, it's Monday. Randy Shaver is going to call in drunk from Las Vegas at 7:30. At least that's what we have our fingers crossed for. Guy went off to Vegas. Him and the old lady going to have some laughs. And he passed on last Friday's broadcast. He said, no, I'm going to start partying.
He's learned his lesson over the years.
And, he was hinting around that maybe he'd keep drinking until he talked to us this morning. We'll see. We'll see if he followed through on that little tease that he gave us last week.
You brought up a good point last week. I remember last year, because he goes on this trip every year, usually right after his big gala and golf event. You know, they're working their ass off for this.
They need a little time away, yeah.
Exactly. And he loves going out to Vegas. And he was obviously drunk on the air still. Mm-hmm. And I know we had talked to him about it, and he was very defensive, like almost mad that, no, I'm absolutely fine. What are you talking about? But now this year, the retirement Randy, as he's just got 4 work days left, has decided, I'll admit, I was hammered last year.
What a cool flex, by the way. He's got 4 work days left, but 18 days. So he's not working much June.
That's true.
That's so cool.
He's spreading his last 4 days over the entire month of June.
Yeah, that's so funny.
We'll talk to that prick at 7:30. I think Brad Ryder will be here, too. So there you go. Everyone had a decent weekend. Anything I need to know about? Josh, you feeling better?
Yeah, definitely feeling a little
better.
Your
voice still isn't all there?
No, not all there. I pooped on the floor. What? Who said that?
What?
No.
On the where?
I pooped on the floor. So one of the side effects from the medication they got me on is diarrhea, which my doctor said might be a welcome change for me, and which it was. I was kind of excited.
You have constipation
chronic
problems.
Constipation, right? No matter what I do.
So you're open to the idea of some diarrhea.
I was excited about it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, honestly,
finally,
the doctor's like, "Hey, you're going to love this. One of the side effects." I'm like, "Bring it on! I can't wait."
But it went too far for you.
It did. I was telling Nick off air.
This is terrible.
Well, I know I said to my wife words that we've been together about 20 years. I've never said this to her. I said, I can't handle any more diarrhea. I had to stop the medication.
Stop
and
pooping.
It was peeing out of my butt. And so I don't know how this happened. I'm on the toilet. And I'm sorry, by the way, for ruining another breakfast. But I have to share this. I can't keep this in because it was traumatic.
This is cool.
I think you should share this because when he told me off air, this sounds like some kind of a miracle. I don't know how you were able to accomplish this.
So, yeah, liquid feces somehow made. I'm on the toilet.
You're on the toilet.
Picture this. I'm on the toilet.
How is it that you're on the toilet, but still you got some on the floor?
It went out on the floor somehow.
It wasn't. Do you stand up to wipe?
Well, I wasn't wiping, Wapple.
He's sitting on the toilet.
I was urinating out of my tight little rectum.
So hear me out.
Oh, God.
Hear me out. This might have happened to me once or twice in my life. You know, I had that too, where you're kind of peeing out your butt.
Yes.
And then when you get up to wipe, you still have remnants and one drips on the floor or something
No.
God, Wapple, please.
Wapple, I'm trying to talk about liquid diarrhea, and you're making it gross.
Well, really, honestly, he did. Go ahead. So, how did it get up?
I have no idea.
You don't know how it got on the floor.
No. And my wife refused to clean it up.
What?
No way.
I said, hey, clean that up. No, just kidding. I took care of it, of course. I don't know if that's ever happened before.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was my weekend.
I don't know how that happens when you're sitting on the...
Yeah, it's never happened to me. Never once. I wonder if I could be some sort of study after that, you know?
Probably.
Maybe I should tell my doctor.
Is it possible that it came out the front?
I was wondering, am I shaped strangely down there? Am I facing the wrong way? Do I have a distended anus in some way?
Did some diarrhea come out the front?
I don't know.
That's terrible.
I never even thought of that. Is that possible?
That would be, you better go to an emergency room.
Yeah. Can those tubes get mixed up?
I've gone on the floor before, but I meant to.
That's true, you have, in a garage.
Yeah, in my own garage. In my own friggin' garage.
Because I could see, if you're in an emergency situation, you're disrobing on your way into the bathroom because you know, this is an emergency, and you don't make it to the toilet.
Right.
I was sitting on the toilet.
He was seated.
Somebody wants to know if I got my nose rubbed in it. Yes, my wife rubbed my nose in it.
Bad Josh.
I was a bad boy.
Yeah, I meant to do it. And that was I don't know. For most people, maybe you'd consider that a low point. I just had to do what I had to do.
Somebody else wants to know, sprinkler fitter Jesus, are you sure it wasn't there before you went in? Perhaps it was someone else. No, I saw it happen. I witnessed it. I wouldn't have believed it.
That's terrible.
I wouldn't have believed it.
Over the head on the floor.
It was like my butt sneezed. Oh, I'm sorry. But like I said, I have to share this. I'll go nuts if I keep this to myself.
Well,
I need you people to help me.
You've accomplished the impossible, it sounds to me.
We are here for you, and we're here for your butt pee summer.
Is that what this is, my butt pee summer?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Sorry to hear about that, Josh, but also quite impressed.
Oh, you guys are, as a dumbass welder, Jesus says, we're just sharing amongst best friends. That's right. Everyone listening, everyone here in the studio, best friends. We got to share this kind of
course.
That's how you heal.
Exactly.
That's what this program is about. Is just friends.
Group therapy.
We're just talking.
It was very therapeutic the day I was able to share with you guys the time I pooped in a backpack. It just felt right and it felt comfortable and it just felt good to get it off my chest.
Well, we were judging you.
Yeah, I know.
Why was there poop on your chest? I've heard that's called a Cleveland steamer.
That's gross.
And now people are texting in. Yeah, I didn't just have the one episode in my own garage where I laid down newspaper. I also had to cut one in my neighbor's shed. Yes, thank you for reminding me of that one. Which I came back a couple hours later and fetched with a shovel.
That's only right.
So my neighbor wouldn't find it because I liked him.
I love the idea of you shoveling your own poop.
It's something that it's one of those moments in time that a guy will never forget. I still can remember everything about that night because it was just so bizarre.
Just thinking, how did I get here?
Yeah. Well, I know how I got there. I got there because I locked myself out of my house. And my God, it was terrible.
Ask me about CrossFit. Jesus said, lost in this conversation, Wapple stands up to wipe. Am I missing something?
Oh, yeah, I got to stand up to wipe.
Well, we've had these conversations hundreds of times, and I end up surprised every time by how many folks choose to do it that way. Go ahead.
It's just easier.
It is?
Yeah.
I think sitting's always easier no matter what the activity.
Oh, no, you can see what's going on, how much you got left.
You can't do that. Well, listen, I'm not getting into it. There are some people who prefer it. There are some who do not. Let's just leave it at that. For whatever reason, I am comfortable listening to Josh speak about unspeakable things like toilet habits and getting some on the floor. Wapple, when you begin your stories, I get sick.
All right.
I don't know why.
And it's not fair. That isn't fair, Wapple, but
it's
I'll take me and my butt elsewhere.
It's not entirely fair, but for whatever reason, when you tell those stories, I want to be sick. Well, hey, how about this? Back to iced tea real quick. It's National Iced Tea Day. This has got to be one of the lamest fake holidays on record. But iced tea would be considered a summertime drink to most folks, correct?
Yeah.
Somebody produced a list of the things that they hate about summer. Nobody should hate anything about summer. Who's with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate summer.
How big of a prick are you where you made a list of the things that you hate about? Now, winter, I get why you might make a list of the things you hate about. But summer?
The only thing I can think of is June bugs. Ugh. Those things away.
Yeah, I don't like the heat too much or the sun, so I guess I think that's enough of a reason for me to dislike summer.
I guess we kind of hate summer.
Yeah.
My wife was laying out the other day, so I was keeping her company.
What is she, a junior high kid or something?
I know, she just started this.
She's laying out?
I know, she honestly.
Is she reading a book?
Calming.
No, she doesn't read. Come on, you've met her before. She's laying out. It's like this new thing. She's starting this thing, and I get to see her in a bikini, so I'm like, okay, I'll go out there. And I had rolled up the sleeves on my long sleeve hoodie.
Oh, nice.
Dude, she's in a bikini, you're in a long sleeve hoodie.
That's correct.
Josh showing some skin.
And shorts. But so I rolled up my sleeves, and I'm like glow in the dark compared to her. I couldn't believe, out in the sun, I couldn't believe how white I was.
Oh my
it was
gosh.
disgusting. Like I'm the consistency of skim milk. That's what it looks like. When I thought I was a vampire for a split second.
Yeah, you're
like
pretty.
There's steam coming off.
You're pretty pasty.
I couldn't believe the difference.
I look like a piece of paper. That's how white I am. Can't get tan.
She's laying out.
Yeah, like
that reminds me of
like a senior in high school. Or
junior
something.
high.
Yeah,
junior high. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Bugs and this and that. Ashley's over there. I hate the sun.
It's just like I don't like. I'll go outside. I like being outside, but it's just always in my eyes. It's just so inconvenient.
Do you have a pair of sunglasses?
I always forget.
Yeah, well, get a pair of sun. See, some of these problems are easily solved. The sun is always in my eyes.
It's just annoying. It's a nuisance.
I don't know. Just get a set of sunglasses. All right, here are some of the things I like. I don't have many reasons to hate summer. So I don't know. This is unnecessary, in my opinion, but let me just throw it your way, just for friggin' laughs. Listen to this. My favorite TV show goes on hiatus. Oh, get a grip.
That is frustrating.
Go outside and kick a ball.
I do remember back in the day being kind of bummed by that. Like, there's nothing now, but now it's all year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, we're about to get House of the Dragon Season 2. I mean, they've got stuff going on all year.
Favorite TV show goes on hiatus. What kind of friggin'... and again, like Ashley bitching about the sun. Here's an easy answer to that. Get a pair of friggin' sunglasses. Don't look up at the sun like a turkey. What are you, like a... listen to this one. Fire ants. What are you doing? Rolling around in the woods?
Fire ants. Do we have fire ants in Minnesota?
I don't know. I hear stories.
There was one time I was playing paintball and I was going up against a little tiny hill and I laid on a fire ant hill.
Oh.
God, that hurt.
They get you?
Oh, yeah. They bit me everywhere.
Okay, so yeah, you're rolling around in the woods.
Yep.
Well, here, the University of Minnesota website says fire ants do not occur in the upper Midwest. Now, we are in the upper Midwest, are we
Really?
not?
Yeah, so you got bit by something else.
Yeah. They were definitely ants.
Humidity, bugs, what else? There are some others in here that are just silly. Oh, well, okay, here's one I can go along with. Things to hate about summer. Kids everywhere because school's out. Yeah, I don't like kids.
Mm-hmm.
I want them away from me.
They scare me.
Well, that's not good. You're about to marry, you're planning on marrying a school teacher.
That's right, yeah. She's a second grade teacher.
So apparently I laid on a cornfield ant hill.
Nobody cares. You're really honest?
Thanks for the research, though.
Nobody cared what brand of ant.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
Zombie Jesus doesn't like temps above 50. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. Like 60's cool. I like 60.
60's perfect.
Hot car seats.
Yeah.
Oh, that does suck.
Yeah, you burn yourself on the seatbelt.
The lines at the amusement park rides. You can avoid that.
I'm just not going.
Just don't go to the... All right. Your air conditioning bill can be a beast.
Oh.
Dana, I bet yours is out of control.
It is. It is. Absolutely.
Mine is non-existent because my air went out 2 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah. I'm in the process of getting it figured out, though. I'm just lazy getting around to it, and then realized it wasn't going to be that hot.
Can I recommend something to you?
What do you?
Apollo Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Go to their website. They have a new instant quote system.
I'm sorry. I already reached out to Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
Oh, do you do ads for them?
Yes, sir.
That's a mistake. Go to callapollo.com.
Are we going to have to settle this in an octagon?
Well, let me just say this. I am an Apollo Heating, Air, and Plumbing customer.
Yes.
My air conditioning works. Ashley, back to you.
This is where it went wrong. Is I didn't use them to begin with because I thought I had an AC unit that was only a couple years old. Turns out it's 10 years old. I was like, oh,
Apollo would have fixed that. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's been bad. It's been bad, but.
Oh. Yeah, you shouldn't hate summer. I mean, come on. I know we had a cakewalk winter. But usually we get our asses whooped in the wintertime. You should enjoy our very, very brief summer. You should. Don't worry about friggin' this and that, stupid things you can avoid. Have some effing fun with it. Go over to Josh's house. His wife's laying out.
Yeah.
Come on over.
So's Josh. He's got his hoodie kind of rolled up a little bit.
Well, I'm just staring. I'm just staring creepily with my sleeves are rolled up. You know, I had a girlfriend who used to shame me for that. She hated the look of like long sleeves with the sleeves rolled up. What? I just did because sometimes like my delicate wrists get irritated, you know, from the cuffs, so I roll them up. And it's a little more comfy.
Your wrists are very delicate. She hated the look of long sleeves and then the sleeves pushed up.
Oh, she hated it. She would drive her nuts.
What was the problem?
I don't know. She was kind of like that. She was a little high maintenance.
You dated some girls who were high maintenance / mentally unstable.
Well, that's about what I can get. You
take what you can get.
Exactly.
You take what
I'm not
you
going
can
to be
get.
too picky.
All right. Yeah, I try to have a good time with it because it's over before you know it. You know what the hell I'm saying. Speaking of summer, before we get out of here this morning, one of the highlights of our summer every stinking year for the last 25-some years is our silly booze cruise. And we can give someone a shot at tickets at one point or another during today's morning show. It's Friday, June 28th. We get on the boat out there in Stillwater, thanks to the folks at Stillwater River Boats. So be listening for that. You got to win to get in. Don't even try texting us. Hey man, it's Donnie. Remember me? I came on the boat a few years ago. We don't care.
I've already
we don't care if you're on the boat. You got to win.
I've already had a couple people kind of bitchy at me because it used to be, you know, we told the story many times where I've handed out too many tickets by accident.
Yep.
And it's different now.
People are bitching at you.
Corporate.
Mm-hmm. Corporate radio rules. We win. You know, that's how
we're losing. We barely have enough to get our a couple of family members on. So yeah, that's legit. We can't hand them out like we used to. Stupid lawyers and whatnot. Apollo Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Call Apollo.com.
The AC rivalry may continue on this morning between
turns into a blood feud
between Josh and Ashley.
What if that did? Ashley and I are tight. She's like the daughter I was always afraid to have. Right? You imagine if this ruined our relationship?
This is what did it. I'm burning your Apollo Heating sweatshirt.
I'm not going to take sides. I'm going to say, I'm not going to take sides in this. What? What's that?
You're not going to take sides?
God, Josh, no offense, but twice you said what, and I thought it was Ashley.
Oh, I know. It was very high pitched.
Yeah, I thought
my voice is. It's never been very low. But it's not. It's worse now with my illness.
It's because you don't try hard enough, like other radio personalities.
Oh, dude, there's some people that they've got you can tell their chin is buried in their neck. They're trying so hard to sound like a radio guy.
All right, I am going to take sides because Josh is.
I would take your side no matter what.
Because Josh means something to me.
Wow, I see how it is.
Well, he's just saying you don't mean anything to him.
Yeah. All he's saying is he does not care about you whatsoever.
Don't take that wrong. Yeah, it's early. I wasn't thinking. Of course, I have to take sides. It's Cubby, and all I'm going to say is once I had some. I told you guys this. I had some dudes come over from an air conditioning repair company and kind of took my basement over and turned it into some kind of a rave.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They brought in their boombox, and I thought, all right, whatever. Next thing you know, it's freaking just the worst jam music or something. Just the worst music is pouring out of their stupid boombox. And it's just, dudes, this isn't Saturday night. It's just a Wednesday afternoon. You know what I'm saying? I was upstairs, and it was like I was at a, what were those events we used to have, an X-Fest or something? Shut up down there. That's how it worked out for me. All right, what else is going on? I covered the fact that it's Monday. Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder. I think we're good. Be listening later for those Booze Cruise tickets. By God, we'll take a break. We'll be right back on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Are you ready to beat the heat this summer? Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is here to help you say goodbye to sweltering heat and hello to ultimate comfort. Ashley, what specials do they have going on this month?
It is fun, sun, and savings time at Standard Heating and Air with incredible savings on AC units, heat pumps, and combo deals this month to ensure your air quality is up to snuff this summer. Go to standardheating.com for more info or to schedule your appointment today.
This episode brought to you by Progressive. Whether you're driving, cooking, or doing laundry, Progressive knows the podcasts you listen to go best when they're bundled with another activity. Much like how their Progressive home and auto policies go best when they're bundled. Having these two policies together makes taking care of your insurance easier and could help you save too. Customers who save by switching their home and car insurance to Progressive save over $775 on average. That's a whole lot of savings and protection for your favorite podcast listening activities, like going on a road trip, cooking dinner, and even hitting the home gym. Yep, your home and your car are even easier to protect when you bundle your insurance together. Find your perfect combo. Get a home and car insurance quote at Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $779 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Oh, God. Oh.
You okay?
I hit my face on the microphone. I have some text messages I'd like to share with you. Welcome back to the Half-Assed Morning Show. Got a few text messages here. We were having a little conversation about summer. Someone put together a list of the things that they hate about summer. I say, hell, embrace it. Doesn't last very friggin' long. Lives in Brainerd, Jesus, texted in and said, you know what I hate about summer is every Friday, he says, you idiots. You invade my town and you drive like effing morons.
That must get annoying.
That's what you get for being so close to Nisswa. Let's be clear about something. Nobody's going to Brainerd. They're just on their way to Nisswa. Gull Lake, Round Lake, Pequot, bruh. Get over yourself. No one's intentionally going to Brainerd. They're going through it.
I remember when I was with a group of folks, we were called Cityots, and I felt like some pride a little bit. Like, hey, I was insulted by a real Minnesotan. That felt pretty good.
It's a cool insult. Mustaine is God, Jesus texted in to say the thing he hates about summer. The obligation to get things done. Mowing, yard work, etc. Yeah, doing stuff sucks.
I don't like doing stuff.
No. I prefer to not do stuff.
Then I got this here in front of me from a fella named Dump Loads for a Living Jesus. And he says this now. He says, can you give a shout out to the most badass 6-year-old ever, a kid by the name of Jameson. He's riding along in the dump truck with Dad today.
Dude.
That's cool. That's a dream right there.
That'd be a fun day with Dad, wouldn't it?
Hey, Jameson, if you're listening, you might be too young to understand this, but ask your dad about his hemorrhoids. If he drives for a living, he's got them. Ask your dad to explain hemorrhoids to you, and also, you guys probably got a long day ahead of you. You got time to kill. Ask him why he drinks. And get back to me tomorrow morning with an answer on both.
No better bonding experience than having the hemorrhoids conversation with your father.
Oh, boy, did I used to laugh at my uncles who had hemorrhoids back in the day. Laugh and laugh and laugh. And then God has rewarded me for that with my own case of hemorrhoids. Karma got me. So, Jameson, don't laugh too hard when you find out what's going on with Dad's butt. Because you might be there someday.
God,
and the shame you'll feel.
When I was a little kid, my dad had a buddy. God, I could tell stories about this guy all day. My dad's best friend for many, many years was a guy they called the Dirty Beauty. And the Dirty Beauty referred to all children as hemorrhoids. Whenever we'd walk into the room, he'd just look at us and go, "Yeah, you little hemorrhoids." He also called us dildo breath. Hey, dildo breath. Grab me a can of beer.
Do you remember?
Those were great days.
That sounds fun.
I loved it.
Was it E.T. where they used the penis breath line?
It is.
Yeah, I remember laughing my ass off
E.T.?
at that when I was a kid.
E.T. the extra, what was his name again?
Terrestrial.
Terrestrial, the extraterrestrial. Yeah, the one kid shouted across the room, "Shut up, penis breath!" Oh my! I mean, I think I was a fourth grader. Yeah, we were rolling in the aisles.
I'd never heard that before.
The Dirty Beauty used to say, "Hey, dildo breath." All right, here's the deal. Oh, one more. What do you call this in front of me, Josh? Text message. One more before we get to the. Here's a listener. I was talking about. I had some young people come to my house to do some work on the air conditioning a couple years ago, and they brought in their boombox, which wasn't a big deal. Okay, fine, you want to listen to some tunes while you work, but they just cranked it, and it was horrible music, just some jam band crap. And I'm upstairs, trying to live my life. I had to come down the stairs. The friggin' wife even went down the stairs and said, "Shut up!"
Did she really?
Yes. Yes. Anyway. Here's a listener who says, "I work in construction. They blast music." He said that's how we work off our overhang from the night before and makes the day go a little faster. I get that. But he says he got in trouble once at work for playing our morning show on his boombox.
Oh, no.
He said he was doing a new house walkthrough with the homeowner. And he had our morning show on his boombox. And we were talking, he says here, something about vaginas.
Oh, sorry.
And then he got in trouble. He said the general contractor told him that no one in the crowd was very happy about the type of radio programming they were listening to. And it was not appropriate. I love that story. We get that message from time to time. Hey, you guys got me in trouble at work.
That sucks.
I don't
Nobody
care.
wants to do that. Oh, you don't?
No, it's funny.
I don't like that.
It's funny that we got him in trouble.
You shouldn't be ashamed about a private part. It's part of the human experience.
I like that we're the morning show that might get somebody in trouble at work. I do.
Some guys that were doing some stuff at my house poorly, they would blast country music, so I'd hear country music all day. Learned a couple of things about some, and I'd heard that Jelly Roll character.
Yeah.
We play him. They played him as well.
Oh, so it was new country?
Yeah, it was like it wasn't like country western.
That's not even real music. It's not. Country western from the old days, that's real music. Today's stuff's not real. All right. What do I have here? Let's bang this out. Our lead story in today's Stupid News Report is concerning for a guy like me. And Josh will tell you this. My life partner, Cubby over there, he'll tell you this. When I sneeze, I'll part your hair for you.
Yeah, it's a scene every time you sneeze.
When I sneeze, it is oh, Jesus.
I brace myself at times. I have hurricane straps in the studio that I just I tack myself in.
I don't even know what hurricane straps are, but I love the sound of it. I don't know what it is because it wasn't like this 20 years ago. The older I get, when I sneeze, it is a friggin' show, and it about blows all the real teeth that I have left right out of my yapper. It's just, I don't know. Here's a guy, by damn, who cut loose with a rock star sneeze, and his guts fell out.
I can't even imagine. Now, my wife, when she sneezes, a little pee comes out each time, but she's never had her guts come out.
This guy's guts fell out. Surgeons were able to pick the poor bastard's guts up off the floor and put them back where they belong, but it was a hell of a deal. 63-year-old guy. He's eating breakfast with his old lady. He sneezed forcefully, they say here, followed by some coughing, and that's when the guy felt something wet.
Oh my God. That's so scary.
In the back of his trousers.
Oh, no.
And his stomach hurt something fierce. Now, there's some backstory here that we need to cover. Dude recently caught prostate cancer and underwent abdominal surgery. He had stitches removed from his abdomen the same morning that he unleashed the sneeze Nami. And after the sneeze, when he looked down, he saw some of his pink-colored guts sticking out of his abdominal scar.
Gosh.
I don't care who you are. That'll scare a guy.
Yep.
When paramedics showed up, they say that, quote, a large amount of his bowel was poking through the scar. New guy in the corner puking his guts out. There was supposedly little blood loss, and he was rushed to a nearby, how do you say it, hospital.
There's certain parts of your body you should never see. And I don't you think? And your guts would be one of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Taint another. I don't think you need to see that. But guts would be way worse.
You do not want to be alive and looking at your own guts.
No. Sometimes in my high breeding, where I half listen and half read a book, they'll describe, like somebody being eviscerated or something like that. That's rough. That's rough to hear.
High breeding?
Yeah, high breeding. It's a hybrid of reading and audiobook at the same time. You see, what I'll do
both at the same time?
Well, not simultaneously, but
okay.
at the same time as in time frame.
Got you.
Doctors fisted this guy's intestines back into his body. They said that the guts themselves were fine, even though they had fallen out. They were in fine condition. And then they stitched this poor bastard up. So all you hardcore sneezers like myself, now you know. This guy's the record holder. Try topping that. Try topping that. The doctors also said that the cough didn't help the situation either.
Oh, I'll bet, yeah.
Phew, and the guts came kind of out his ass, and then the cough forced him. They played a role together.
Well, yeah, when the doctors do those hernia checks, right? They turn your head and cough.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
Good point.
Wait, did they do that for girls, Ashley?
Huh?
You said that's true. Do they do?
No,
hernia?
I've heard that. I've known people that have had hernias.
Oh, okay.
They don't sound fun.
There was one other note from this guy coughing and sneezing his own guts out. I was gonna delete, edit this part out, but now I feel like sharing it with you just because I just got done saying I like to be the show that forces folks to turn their radios off at work. I do. When the paramedics showed up, his shirt, remember he had a scar, just got the stitches out from his abdominal surgery. His shirt was soaked with gut sauce.
Oh. Gut sauce.
Gut sauce.
Like the sauce that lubricates your guts. It had sprayed out of his scar, and it soaked his shirt. They call it gut sauce.
Is that what they call it?
Well, that's what I call it.
It's a medical term.
Picturing just the film on an old gravy that's been sitting out at a buffet.
God.
Goodbye, radios at work.
I feel like crying.
Farewell, old friend.
Mm-hmm.
Big,
if you're listening right now, turn your radio off.
Yeah, even your boss doesn't even tell you to.
Just do it.
Just preemptively.
Turn it off.
It's in your best interest.
It is.
Big bearded Jared says, I got to see my kneecap after an encounter with a deer on his motorcycle.
Oh. That's something you should never have to see.
You shouldn't have to see your bones.
I'm trying to think. I don't... have I ever seen the insides of myself? No. I mean, aside from a silly camera up my bottom at the colonoscopy.
That's about it for me, too, luckily.
No. Yeah, you shouldn't have to see your own insides. You shouldn't. All right, let's play a guessing game.
Oh.
Anyone can play. We're going to have some real fun now. A derelict in a place called Knox County, Tennessee. He was on the run from the cops. When they finally caught his ass, he told them that he was a major celebrity, a world-famous singer. So who doesn't know the answer already? Name the famous singer that the derelict claimed to be. Who doesn't know the answer?
I don't know the answer. Did he claim
All right,
to be?
Ashley Wapple, do you know the answer?
Yeah, I know the answer.
Well, son of a bitch. What about Dana?
I know the answer.
You know it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, why do so many of you know it?
Prepping?
I'm supposed to buy that? You guys don't do any real prep. What are you talking about? How do you know the story?
Josh emailed it to us.
You email it to them?
Oh, I thought you wanted me to before.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, you'd asked me to before.
All right, text us then. 651.
I will no longer email it to them because, they're not going to do it on their own.
No, they don't do anything on their own. What are we doing? You email them the stupid news stories ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought you told me to.
Oh, I don't remember. Maybe I did. But what do you call it? Listeners, 651-989-9393. Guess which celebrity this guy claimed to be. It's a world-famous singer. No, not Prince. Someone already guessed Prince. No, not Johnny Cash. Well, he's dead, too. I mean, that'd be a tall tale, right?
Yeah, unless you have some cop that's not good with current events might fall for
yeah,
it.
that could be. Yeah, not Bono, not Johnny Cash, not Prince. All three of those guys are dead. Not Bruno Mars. Kevin Cronin. No, the guy did not claim to be Kevin Cronin from REO Speedwagon. Not Michael Jackson, dead. William Hung, dead. Elvis, dead.
What? William Hung?
Ricky Martin, dead. Every one of these guys is dead. Hasselhoff, dead. Barry Manilow, Madonna.
That'd be a good one, wouldn't it? With all her plastic surgery, you might buy it.
Yeah. Hey, dude, get back here. You're under arrest. Who are you? Madonna.
All right, on your way.
Frank Sinatra, Ed Sheeran, dead. Vanilla Ice, dead.
Some of these people aren't dead. Nick.
Justin Bieber, Kurt Cobain, dead.
No.
Steven Tyler.
Morgan Wallen, no.
Who the hell's Morgan Wallen?
He's a country singer.
Is it
Morgan
real
Wallen.
country or that fake country that's not real music?
You're fake country.
No, that's too bad. Why wouldn't you do real? We have a correct answer. John Deere Jesus is correct.
Nice.
The
What
dude,
does he get?
Nothing.
Oh.
The dude claimed to be Garth Brooks. How did you know that, John Deere? Was it just a guess? That's great.
I think Josh also emailed it to him, too.
I send everything to John Deere Jesus.
Good for you. John Deere Garth Brooks. Dude claimed to be Garth Brooks. I would, too, if this was my real name. The dude's real name is Truman Chapman. That's
tough.
two last names. That's silly. Garth Brooks, he said. What did this guy do? He assaulted a couple cops, he spit on the cops, and then they beat his ass and took him to jail. Let me tell you some more here about this guy. Dude was drunk, walking around in a store called Hobby Lobby.
Oh, I love Hobby Lobby.
That's how the cops caught wind of where he was. Remember, he was on the run. Cops caught wind of where he was because he was walking around drunk in Hobby Lobby. You've been there?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've
love
got-
that store.
We've got one by our house.
Is
I've
anyone?
definitely gone there before after going to dinner, and my boyfriend's driving. I'm not driving, and I'm a little tuned up from dinner, and it is really fun.
You go shopping after dinner?
Yeah.
I would never
Well,
consider.
See, Hobby Lobby isn't shopping. Hobby Lobby is I don't know. You're just walking through this amazing place.
Well, what
and
do
if
they
you
have there?
happen to buy something,
Arts and
a
crafts.
lot of decorations for your house.
Oh.
Yeah, stuff like that. They do. That's where I get all of my Halloween decor, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, stuff like that.
When's the last time anyone was too drunk to be shopping, but yet you were shopping?
Oh, I'd imagine there's some online purchases.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm talking about walking around in public. You're shopping and you're just blasted.
1 year ago, I was walking around the Woodbury Lakes. I actually got this sweatshirt.
Woodbury Lakes. That was just.
You went to a clothing store?
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense then.
H&M.
That does look like a drunk purchase right there.
Oh,
That
no.
sweatshirt, yeah.
What
Was
kind
it
of
the blood?
What kind of hoodie is it?
Because that didn't come
I
with
can't
it.
see it. What kind is the hoodie?
It's just green.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yep.
I was too drunk to be in a grocery store one day.
That's always fun.
Did you buy just nothing but junk food?
No, I don't know what I bought, but that was the day where I saw Rena Sargentopoulos standing in the same grocery store, and I'm familiar with her, and I thought, hey, there's Rena. And then my second thought was, I better not go talk to Rena. Because I was just hammered at the grocery store.
Good call.
Okay, so this guy's drunk at Hobby Lobby. And the Hobby Lobby people called the cops and said, we had to throw this guy out of there. Then dude walked on over to the neighborhood Lowe's. And an employee at Lowe's said he was in the store's bathroom yelling. I don't know what he was yelling about. He was unsteady on his feet. They say he smelled like alcohol and urine.
Great combo.
And when deputies asked for his name, he said Garth Brooks. Ooh, facial recognition software was used later to determine the dude's real identity. That's fancy.
Was it Garth Brooks?
Yeah. He's been 86th from Hobby Lobby for life.
Oh, how do you get past something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, a nightmare.
Where are you going to get your live, laugh, love placard?
Guys going back into disguise to try to get back into Hobby Lobby.
That would actually suck.
Where
That
are you
would
going to get your...
inconvenience me.
My boss is a Jewish carpenter cross-stitch framed photo. Where are you going to get that?
Here's a listener named Double D's Sheezes who bought at Hobby Lobby a cat face pool floaty. That sounds incredible. Someone's trying to start trouble by calling Garth Brooks the greatest frontman of all time.
What? Stop it.
Please, don't say stupid things. All right, I hope some of you are lucky enough to be alone right now, because this story is going to make you want to touch yourself. If you're alone and can touch yourself, text us, 651-989-9393. If you are alone and you have the ability to touch yourself, text us. Just let us know.
Yeah,
let us know who you are, and that you're alone and prepared to touch yourself. A state trooper in the state of Mississippi. What movie? Life. Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence.
Oh, I never saw that. Is that good?
It goes on forever, and it's kind of stupid.
Those are funny guys.
No, do it. Try it.
Life.
It's Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence.
Yeah,
you can't lose.
They're both awesome.
Yeah. A state trooper in the state of Mississippi. She was fired for sending sex videos that she filmed with another woman.
Hot stuff.
To other cops on the force. Yeah.
That's your thing, Ashley.
Yeah?
You
It's
like
not
the
her
lesbians.
thing. It's my thing.
Oh, well, it's your shared thing, isn't it?
We can share, Nick. It's okay.
Sorry, I yelled at you.
He's just passionate about
I understand.
lesbian porn.
Who isn't?
Well, it's just, a few weeks ago, Josh, you said, Ashley, you're the biggest porn fan I know. And I just sat here and I said, hello?
I thought she was more into it than you.
Nobody.
Yeah, I don't casually watch it like Nick does.
You mean business when you watch it?
Yeah.
Right.
You've got a purpose.
Exactly.
Text us, Ashley, 651-989-9393 about touching yourself. Actually, don't.
This gal, again, a cop, she was fired for sending sex videos that she filmed with another woman to other cops on the force. I want that type of scandal to hit the radio station. Wouldn't that be something?
Depends who it was.
Yeah, big time.
Well, we
depends who it
kind of
was.
had that the one time. The sales lady we met that worked here for 15 minutes, and the first words out of her mouth was she masturbates on the way to work every day.
Well, that was a nice moment. I will agree that was a nice moment.
It was unexpected.
That a woman that we had only known for 30 seconds told us that she regularly masturbated to the sound of our voices on her way to work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, and welcome to Cumulus Media.
Yes. But this is... It'll give us something to talk about if this kind of scandal hit the radio station. The trooper gal who was sending the naughty videos, she goes by the name of Ivana Williams, and she's a spicy little pickle, by God.
I want to see the videos. Yeah, she is very attractive.
She was fired in February. I don't know why it's become a story now, but not only did she send hot selfies to other cops, and of course the homemade all-girl porno I was telling you about, but they say she was looking at porn websites on her state-issued cellular telephone.
That'll get you in some trouble.
Yeah, it will.
This gal's she's just hot. She's hot and bothered and and wants everyone to know about it. The other woman from the porno movie isn't exactly pumped about this.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, you got to get permission from everybody involved.
Yes.
Right. The unnamed woman who joined Ivana in the homemade all-girl porn movie, she said, at this point, I have no idea the exact number of people who have this video. It doesn't sound like she was trying to become a famous porn star at the Mississippi State Police. She just did something totally awesome with another lady and wanted it to remain a secret.
Yeah, that's very wrong.
That sucks. Stop doing that. Why do people keep doing, hey, I'm going to send out a video of you, to embarrass you. You're going to go to jail. I hope you have fun with it because you're going to go to jail. A couple other dude cops on the force have been canned for requesting nudes from Ivana. I suppose when you send out a lesbian video and you send out selfies of yourself and you're watching porn at work, a couple of the dudes on the force are probably going to think, well, it's okay to ask her. Well, no, it's not.
Free game.
Yeah, you'd think that, but it's not. The dudes, by the way, claim that they were asking for these photos while off duty, so they don't think it should count. I don't know. It sounds like a total mess, but that's one sexy story.
Yeah, she, like you said, she's very attractive. Banker Jesus and a few other members of the listening audience are reminding us, Nick, about the time you received a slideshow from a former coworker who was masturbating.
Oh, yeah. See, we made that story up. That never happened.
No, that did happen.
We should probably be honest with our listeners finally. That never happened.
That did happen.
I made it up.
I was there the night you received it, and I'll never forget the way you reacted.
It was scary.
Yeah, you were affected.
I was afraid.
We were at a Timberwolves game.
Yes, we were.
And you told me the story, and I felt bad because I couldn't stop laughing. And then I realized, oh, no, he's actually You're like, we got to fire this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Was it on purpose? Did he send this to me on purpose?
Yeah, I mean, we had some, all jokes aside, Josh and I had to have, before we engaged in wild laughter.
You have to at that point.
We had some real serious, straight-faced conversations about what was happening. What was the purpose of him sending me that video? I think I said to you, Josh, does this guy want to rape me?
Yeah, you were concerned.
Does he want to hurt me or kill me? No, honestly. Why? I think any normal person would have that thought when a coworker out of nowhere sends you a video of them vigorously masturbating.
Yeah.
So we had about 5 minutes of real serious conversation as to whether or not we were safe. Whether or not we were in danger. And of course, we talked and I guess, I don't know, maybe you'd say came to our senses and realized, okay, this most likely was a harmless accident, but we were not sure. And you saw real fear and concern on my face.
And I remember thinking too, to this day, of all the people he could have sent it to.
I already greatly disliked this guy. I didn't enjoy being around him. I didn't enjoy what he contributed to our show.
Yeah, and I have experience catching multiple men masturbate, so for me, I would have just filed it under the, I have a file cabinet in my brain of all the men I've captured masturbating, and it's just, after you've seen one, you've seen a bunch.
In the end, we should have fired him when we had the chance. And the same could be said about the other three people in the other room over there.
Wait, they didn't do anything.
No, but we've had conversations about firing each of them. And we should have acted on all of you when we had the chance.
That is not true. Now, that part's not true. Your sham marriage and the idea that we've talked about firing those guys is not true.
It was scary there for a little bit. It was.
Yeah, that was a night I'll never forget.
I'm glad you got to be there with him when he got the message.
Well, he wasn't with me when I got the message.
It was later that evening.
Okay. I got the message. Josh and I already had plans to go see the Timberwolves. And then we sat down for a couple beers before the game, and I said, dude, I got to talk to you about something serious.
I got to get something off my chest here.
Josh, did you see it? Did Nick show you?
No, he didn't.
I deleted it immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, he deleted it right away.
I will remember what I saw until the day that I die, unfortunately.
That's
but
the last thing
I know we've shared this story hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, but just one more time. This is this is an element to the story that maybe we don't always share, or I haven't always shared. We just got done talking about there was some real fear and concern. Let me tell you this, in case you forgot this part of the story. When I clicked on the email, again, expecting to see a video game that I asked the dude to send me. He sent me a link to him masturbating instead of a link to a video game. When I clicked on the link and saw what I saw, the first thing I did, I looked behind me out of fear that I was about to be killed by the individual do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in a horror movie, I looked behind me because I thought for sure he'd be back there, D in one hand and a Rambo assault knife in the other. I instantly feared for my life.
I'm sorry that you went through that.
Thank you, Ashley. Well, we should have fired you when we had the first conversation about it. Nothing new here for the cops in Los Angeles, I imagine. Says here a gal was being chased by the cops in a motor vehicle, don't you know? High-speed chase. The gal decided to end the chase by stopping on the freeway, and then she climbed up onto the roof of her car, and then she got ass naked. And this is all on video. Is this up on our website?
No, because the website poster thing is down.
Oh.
Yeah, the way we put links up on the website is not working. So our website is working,
yes,
but we can't post anything.
Stupid. I hate this place. The gal pops out from the sunroof of her car. I guess you can watch it later, or you go somewhere more reliable to see videos. She pops on out of the sunroof of her car, fully clothed at first, but that doesn't last very long. She quickly strips off her top ski, and then the bra, and right on down to the screws. Cars everywhere, people watching. It appears she had recently shaved.
That's good.
Probably some meth rocks at play here, and now she's in jail. She kicked and screamed and clawed at the cops. It was a big mess, but that was her end move.
She went out with a little flair.
Yeah, got totally naked. Let's get totally naked. Let's get totally nude. How does that? What song is that? Get totally naked. Get totally nude. Who knows that? Text me, 651-989-9393. What song am I singing?
I could see Dana doing something like this, like on a dare. Not because of meth or any sort of drug.
I don't need meth to get naked.
Yeah, I could see it too.
Well, because you ran across the street shirtless, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get totally nude.
Just on a little bit of a dare or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow. A listener just sent me pictures of the cop who got in trouble for her sending porno movies around the cop shop. It's an even better picture than they provided in the article, Josh.
Oh, really?
She's a very attractive lady.
Very.
Yeah, I find her attractive.
But she started trouble, She started some trouble. And now she's a goner.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
My Uber rating, and then my Snapchat score. So that was the only time I got that this week, and that was the two ones that stood out to me.
What is your Uber rating? Do you have a bad Uber?
No, I have a really good one. So I use Uber a lot. It's a 4.92, which could be better, but it's kind of up there.
Come on. Is this
Listen to what?
This is great.
This is what we can afford.
This is what you can. This is all you can play when suddenly there's this big rule against us playing licensed music. Right?
Yep.
How long have we been dealing with this?
A couple of years.
Stupid thing where a radio station isn't allowed to play licensed music. But that's what we deal with daily, and it sucks because we loved for years and years and years and years, we loved to play tunes. Talk about an old Kiss song, play it on the show. Talk about a Metallica, Megadeth, play it on. Now we can't do it. We get in trouble.
As a radio station.
As a radio station. It's the stupidest thing we've ever encountered, maybe, and we've encountered a lot of stupid things in our career here. So this is like the poor man's version of Wild Side by Motley Crue.
That's right.
Yes, that's correct.
You can listen to it and know exactly what it's supposed to be.
Right.
But we can't play the real one.
So pathetic.
This is what we could afford.
It's embarrassing. But I gotta say now, speaking of music, I gotta go off again. Our friggin' listening audience is by a landslide the smartest, funniest effing people in town. That's why we get along so well. We have that in common. Okay, fine. There's a few of you out there. You're total dickheads. I can't stand you. But the majority of them, funny, bright people. Remember a few minutes ago, just for a brief second, I started singing a song to myself. Get totally nude. Get totally naked. I hadn't said that out loud in 30 years, but suddenly it came to me, and I'm like, who is that? Who did that song? Multiple listeners, not just one, multiple listeners texted. And just on that little hint, they knew it was a local band called The Wallets from 40 friggin' years ago or something. And it's such a fun song. I wish we could play it but we can't play it because it's licensed. We're going to get in trouble. Get totally nude.
I'm worried your rendition's a little too close and we're going to get in trouble.
It's going to flag it.
Let's get totally naked. Thank you so much. I would have gone crazy all day trying to figure out who sang that song. That's a long time ago, too. Long time ago. All right, real quick. Jesus. Twins. They went a long time without scoring a run. Mm-hmm. They finally got the bats going yesterday. Specifically a 7-run 10th inning, and they beat the Bucks 11-5. They start a series tonight at home against Colorado. NBA finals. I know last night was a little bit of a closer game, but this is starting to look like a mismatch. Anything could happen. Sure, Dallas is going to go play a couple home games, but it kind of looks like a mismatch. Stanley Cup final game 2 tonight in Florida. Randy Shaver, hopefully still drunk. From
or
the
in
night.
Jail.
What's that?
Or in jail.
Okay, possibly in jail. Randy Shaver calling us from Vegas at 7:30. Brad Ryder will be here, too. Till then, Josh's News is coming up next.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Are you ready to beat the heat this summer? Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is here to help you say goodbye to sweltering heat and hello to ultimate comfort. Ashley, what specials do they have going on this month?
It is fun, sun, and savings time at Standard Heating and Air with incredible savings on AC units, heat pumps, and combo deals this month to ensure your air quality is up to snuff this summer. Go to standardheating.com for more info or to schedule your appointment today.
Are you into weird, spooky, and strange history? Horrifying History tells you about the side of history that people don't normally talk about. We tell the tales of haunted places, infamous true crimes, unsolved mysteries, the paranormal, and then we look to history to see where the truth actually lies. Want to get spooky with us?
Horrifying History, part of the Believe Network. Just search BLEAV on YouTube or wherever you listen.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Welcome to Oakwood High School. Come on in.
That guy's on his way out. So much for coming on in. An Ohio high school is looking for a new principal following a months-long investigation into theft in the girls' locker room. In January, a male high school student was found in the girls' locker room.
Oh, sorry.
Is that your game?
Is that Tetris?
I thought maybe I was hallucinating.
I thought I had the sound off. I'm trying to play Tetris. What?
This is an Ohio principal. He's out, and it stems from an incident in January where a male high school student went into the females' locker room and stole some clothing.
So it wasn't the old guy that stole panties.
No, it was his reaction that led to his dismissal.
Oh.
Well, his resignation. So he went through some students' backpacks, this teenager, and took some females' clothing. Unconfirmed reports suggest the teen finished on some of those items and put them back.
Yeah, that's kind of what I assumed.
In an email, an Oakwood high school player told Principal Paul Waller she was truly disgusted by the situation, as I'd imagine everybody was. Yeah. At first, I was very angry, and I was hoping the school would deal with it. However, it didn't go that way, she wrote. Instead, we had to beg for even a suspension after a kid in our school went through our locker room and stole stuff repeatedly for who knows how long.
Oh.
Dr. Paul Waller, who had been placed on leave in February, has resigned from his position as principal of the school. No official reason was given, but parents say the principal had a boys will be boys attitude and originally didn't do anything to punish the student.
Dude.
So this kid for sure is stealing the young girl's items, and
whacking
most
off?
people say he's whacking and leaving it.
Yeah.
And the principal's like, that's just a guy thing.
It's not going to fly these days, son.
Never should have. Oh, my goodness. A recently hired superintendent of an Ohio school district is facing theft charges after police say he stole over $4,300 worth of electronics from a high school. All these principals gone bad.
Yeah.
43-year-old Gerard Del Bacchio is the current principal of East Palestine High School and was recently hired as superintendent of the district. The police report said officials reported a number of electronic devices were missing from the principal's office Friday. Upon investigation, they found the closet in the principal's office, which typically holds laptops, TVs, tablets, and other electronics, had been cleared out. Security footage showed 2 days earlier he was seen entering his office with backpacks and an empty bag. Security footage from later that day showed him carrying the bags, which then appeared to be full, out of the building, as well as 2 boxes with laptops in them. The 29-year-old items recovered included video game controllers, laptops, tablets, TVs, and more, some of which were still sealed. The value was over $4,300. His resignation as high school principal is set to be effective at the end of July.
Well, I suppose there's probably a lot of really fancy schmancy stuff at high schools these days.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, they all get laptops.
And iPads, things like that.
That's crazy.
Spendy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We had like the cart full of computers. Did you guys have those, Waffle or Dana?
No, we had a computer lab.
Yeah, there were like these. Well, I didn't have them until we were in like high school, but they were very small, maybe like the size of like a Nook that you can like read books on, and they sucked.
Yep.
Nick and I had abacus labs. And our tablets were actually tablets made out of slate.
Chiseling away at them.
That's right.
Yeah, I thought the typewriters were fancy in typing class. That's how different things were back then.
I remember when we got the smart boards for
Oh,
our
yeah.
classrooms. I was like, whoa, what is this?
You contradicted the hell out of that.
There was even a couple years after high school, Waffle, where I was like, what do they do with like their old ones when they get new smart boards? How do I get my hands on one of these?
I actually think they went away from them because
What?
they
They're
had so many
cool.
problems.
Yeah, they always had to recalibrate those things.
We had Etch-a-Sketches, Waffle. That was the height of technology in our day.
We had overhead projectors.
You had a nail
those
and a
were fun to
hammer.
write on.
A Michigan man who had a romantic interest in his former coworker was arrested after trying to break into her home with just a couple concerning items. An assortment of concerning items, police said.
This guy needs help. I mean, more than police help, he needs mental help.
Adds another level of craziness. An attorney supposed to be a respected member of the community, right? Not creepy.
More than police help. I like the way that came off.
That gives me an idea.
This guy needs help.
Adds another level of craziness. Supposed to be a...
Oh, darn it, it didn't work.
Try it again.
No, I can't.
One more time.
I can't.
You can't try it again?
Well, that's unfortunate. I wish I could do things over here.
Darn.
You had created a new thing.
I made it a Dana drop.
Oh, dang, I want to hear it.
Shoot. Well, I can't. There's nothing I could do because we're a radio station and I can't produce audio. Levi Smith, a 34-year-old lawyer, was spotted lurking outside the woman's home in the middle of the night Saturday, June 1st, and attempted to get in through a side door. Smith was found wearing latex gloves, carrying a backpack which contained a loaded handgun, a large knife, handcuffs, rope, masks, a hammer, a crowbar, duct tape, and more latex gloves.
He was prepared.
You were lying. You said there were some concerning items in there.
He'd previously been the woman's coworker and had exhibited a romantic interest in her in the past. He was caught after the woman was startled from her sleep and contacted police, who said they saw Smith attempting to walk away from the home before they took him into custody.
Dude.
That is freaky. It's like he found a pamphlet
Yeah.
on how to kidnap somebody.
Everything you need to kidnap and hurt an individual, he had it in that stinking backpack.
A Florida woman sporting a police jacket was arrested along with an accomplice after they robbed a man inside his home. The incident happened May 12th when a man was found zip-tied and lying on the floor by his neighbor. The man told deputies 2 suspects, a man and woman, had stolen his tablet, phone, handgun, and money. He also told deputies the woman arrived at his home wearing a police jacket. He said he recognized her because she had previously helped him clean his house.
Oh.
But he did not recognize the man. And a man's behind bars after he posed as a pizza delivery driver in an attempt to commit a burglary. According to an arrest report, 28-year-old Jacob Lazan posed as a pizza delivery driver while trying to break into an apartment just after 7 Saturday, May 25th. Once the female victim opened the door, he tried to force his way inside, putting his foot on the seal of the doorway when the victim attempted to close it. According to the victim, she and Lazan reportedly knew each other, but their last interaction was about a year ago. He shouted several times he wanted a cell phone back, the report said. After the victim successfully shut the door, he left the area but was arrested the following day.
He wanted his cell phone back?
After a year. I'd imagine she probably didn't have that cell phone. Authorities in Indiana say a repo man accidentally repoed a baby.
Oh no.
The 7-day-old was still inside a car when it was repossessed in Evansville, and it was first thought to be a kidnapping.
Someone just stole the client's car with her daughter in it.
Cities around to a possible kidnapping in progress. Someone stole a female's gold car with a newborn inside.
Authorities quickly learned the car was repossessed, not stolen. They say the tow truck driver pulled over and discovered the baby was still inside.
The repo driver is saying the child is in the vehicle. We're trying to get his location.
Police said shortly after 11 a.m. Thursday, the driver of the car had stepped out just for a second, leaving the car running as she dropped her older kid off at daycare. Neither she nor the repo man are facing charges. Can you imagine the panic when he realized what had happened? Well, both of them.
Damn baby in here.
A man faces charges for biting an officer and bringing a flare gun modified to shoot glass shards and shrapnel into a Walmart in Connecticut.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of iffy people out there these days, Cubby.
Yeah, some of them need more than police help, right?
A damn flare gun that was modified to shoot glass?
Glass and shrapnel, yeah.
Shrapnel.
Police charged 32-year-old Tyler Dowd with carrying a dangerous weapon, 2 counts of interfering, resisting arrest, assault on a police officer, and 3 counts of violation of a protection order. They said they were called to the Walmart about May 28th about an unwanted person. When they arrived, they found him hiding price tags on items he selected off the store shelves. They located the modified flare gun on him and found that he had a fixed blade and a folding pocket knife. And in Georgia, police say a 61-year-old woman is accused of targeting at least 2 homes with explosive devices. She was on the run after throwing what appeared to be a Molotov cocktail and bags filled with liquid.
Honestly, I would think that she needs prison. Like a pretty long sentence, if not life, because the damage done was a lot, and it wasn't just physical damage, it was also emotional damage.
Witnesses say there were plastic bags filled with gasoline wrapped up in napkins. At least one person was seriously injured. The motive behind the arson attacks remains undisclosed.
Oh, the liquid was some gasoline mix?
Yeah.
That's not what I was going to guess.
Yeah, it's better than what you're
It's better than it's better than what I was going to guess, yeah.
A Pennsylvania man's accused, was it gut sauce in your mind?
Gut sauce.
Yeah.
Earlier we covered a guy who he sneezed his own guts out his ass, and there was gut sauce on his clothing.
A Pennsylvania man's accused of assaulting another man before throwing an explosive device under his car. 31-year-old Ryan Murphy was at a party at his ex-girlfriend's house Sunday night, June 2nd. His former girlfriend told police she believed Murphy was jealous of her giving attention to another man.
Oh, no.
He lit a firework, which caught a bush on fire before leaving. When he returned, he allegedly threw an empty whiskey bottle at the man. With great courage, then, he punched him in the back of the head while wearing brass knuckles. Early the next morning, police say Murphy threw an explosive device under that man's car. Again, all he did was get attention from the guy's ex. When arrested, a large machete, camouflage bandanas, suspected cocaine, and pocket knives were found in Murphy's backpack.
The camouflage bandanas. He had the outfit to go with it.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's probably the last time they invite him to a party.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Then about 720 miles away in Tennessee, 40-year-old Tyron Lamont Dawkins was arrested after repeatedly punching a gray BMW. During their interaction, officers noticed Dawkins reeked of alcohol and showed signs of intoxication. And a 35-year-old Florida man named Eric Fielder is accused of destroying at least 8 automated license plate readers.
What the hell's an automated license plate reader?
Well, they put them up around the city. They said they've helped solve many criminal cases, right? Just cameras that will read the license plates and let you know if something's up.
That's all those cameras do, huh?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Over the last few weeks, only the poles remained in some spots as Fielder keeps destroying them. Thousands of dollars worth of damage.
So they can't see what he's doing.
An ambulance heading from western Wisconsin to Stillwater was struck by 2 paintballs in an act officials say endangered the lives of everyone in the vehicle. The incident occurred about 6 p.m. May 27th while a Menominee Fire Department ambulance was taking a patient to a medical facility in Stillwater. This incident is concerning, and it shows a purposeful and dangerous act aimed at an ambulance actively engaged in patient transport, a statement said. Fire officials were asking anyone with information about that incident to call. A driver's been arrested for DWI in Chanhassen after their car, quote, played pinball off of landscaping, signs, and a tree, according to the Carver County Sheriff's Office. Authorities responded to the Friday morning collision after getting multiple calls about a loud crash. The Sheriff's Office investigated the driver's report of a mysterious third guy that fled the scene, but deemed that claim to be false. The police also thanked a citizen who went into mom mode and was not involved in the crash, but arrived on the scene and convinced the young adults in the car to remain there until the cops showed up. No one was injured. She must have had some pretty good mom vibes.
Yeah.
To guilt those kids into staying put. Motorcyclists who ride between lanes of bumper-to-bumper traffic are breaking the law, but starting July 1st next year, it'll be legal. The new law is intended to improve safety for motorcyclists and all vehicles. Motorcyclists will be able to ride between lanes of stopped or slow traffic in the summer of 2025 as long as they don't go faster than 15 to 25 miles per hour, depending on traffic conditions.
Honestly, I would think...
The motorcycle community does not want motorcyclists to be abusing this law. We don't want to be weaving in and out of traffic. This is all about safety.
Drivers who try and impede them could face a misdemeanor. Lawmakers say the change should get more people through traffic sooner, and safety experts say it'll make the roads safer for motorcyclists.
Bumper-to-bumper traffic is hard for motorcyclists to be seen. So this provides one more option for the motorcyclist to put themselves in a good place versus in a not-so-good place.
When they're able to lane filter, the motorcycles will be able to get out from in between traffic and avoid those rear-end collisions.
The new law won't take effect until after a year-long public education campaign.
That's pretty cool.
Riding between lanes.
Yeah, they do it in California, and I'm sure other states too, but...
That just doesn't sound like the safe option to me.
Yeah, I hear
would agree, yeah.
I mean, if I'm a motorcyclist, I'm iffy on that topic just because I don't know what some dildo's going to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they're going to give it a shot. So
All
if
right.
you see one coming by, don't open your door.
Be careful with that. Yeah, I'm fearful of what's to come from that. I don't like the idea of that. Just too many goofy drivers out there that might quick jump in front of you. But whatever, we'll see what happens.
Sports Illustrated model Kate Upton, married to the very hydrated Astros pitcher Justin Verlander, is 32.
She's only 32.
Yeah.
What the hell?
She's been in our lives forever, hasn't she?
It feels like it.
Comedian Bill Burr, 56. Elizabeth Hurley, hubba, 59. Happy belated birthday to Rug Burnt Nipples from Granddaddy-O Jesus. And happy birthday to my good buddy Joe, who fully expected me to throw out some sort of insult, but you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. He's a good friend. And he's been cursed with those looks. So why would I pile on?
Well, the guy's so ugly, why would you pile on to
it? It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So I hope you have a subpar birthday. And that's 93X News.
Care 11's Randy Shaver.
He's a pay-per-view turd.
On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
A little disappointed, of course. She's a player. That's the hardest team in the world to make, right? Like, that is a tough team. She's young. She's going to have so many opportunities in the future. We talked actually on the bus, and she texted me to let me know. And, I just tried to keep her spirits. I mean, the thing she said was, hey, Coach, they woke a monster, which I thought was awesome.
I hear you. A little story on Caitlyn Clark we can get to in a handful of minutes. But first off, here's the damn deal. Brad Ryder is on the telephone. Hello, Brad Ryder.
Good morning.
Hey.
And for many years, I was the drunk guy on this radio show. Not anymore. Randy Shaver is very close to retirement. and he spent the weekend in Las Vegas. He's calling in this morning from Vegas at 5:30 their time. So let's say hello to Drunk Randy. Good morning, Drunk Randy.
I'm not Drunk Randy. I'm sober as hell.
What are you talking about?
Your voice sounds a little affected.
How much sleep did you get last night?
You tired?
Very, very little. We said goodbye to our friends around midnight last night. So by the time I got into bed and tried to go to sleep, it was probably 1 o'clock Vegas time. So
you got to pin the wife.
So I'm working on very little sleep, but I'm sober as a judge.
All right.
Seen any shows yet? I know you like to catch a couple while you're out
We saw what's called the Magician's Study, which was at the Park MGM. It's a very private, close-up magic show that you have to sign up for months in advance. My son Ryan and his wife Heather told us about it. So I signed us up like 3 months ago to try and get in, and we did, and it was awesome. We sat right in the front, and of course got called up as part of the show, but
nice.
It was amazing. Yeah, so that was the best thing that we did this weekend as far as shows went.
Can you even explain what part you played in the show when they called you and the wife up on?
Well, I mean, I was wearing shorts, which, it's Vegas. It's 110 degrees.
Sure.
And the guy immediately starts chirping at me that I didn't dress up for the show. This guy was an Australian magician. He's very funny.
Friggin' Australians, man. Unbelievable.
Yep.
We can't go one day without those bastards.
Nope.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So, but it was a trick where I signed. He asked me for a $100 bill. I signed my name on a $100 bill. And as the show goes on, my $100 bill ended up inside a walnut that was inside a lemon that was inside an orange that was inside something else.
Come on!
Weird.
At the end, yeah, I know, it was crazy. It was a really, really good show, and it was very much well worth the time and the effort to do it.
And then when the magic is over, it turns into like a group sex thing, right? I mean, come on. I mean, 3 months ahead of time, it's a secret club. Come on, this turned.
Picturing Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, everyone's wearing masks.
This turned into a group sex thing, and then a few people were murdered, right?
It's funny you say that because he walked out with a rabbit's mask on.
Oh.
Yeah. And we all kind of went, what is this?
That's creepy.
Ryan, what did you get us into?
Yeah. Some of that stuff can be really fascinating. Hell, even the guy you had at your event last Sunday pulled some tricks where, there's a thing. Some people hate magicians. They don't
get it.
I'm not like lining up to see a magic act, but every once in a while they pull off some really cool stuff. So, sounds like fun.
I'll just say this: if you like magic, and the difference between this, obviously, and sitting in a venue where there's 2,000 other people with you, is that it's not intimate at all, right? And so you're watching probably a screen more than you're watching the person. Well, this was literally 2 feet away from the guy the entire show, and it was amazing.
I would have been embarrassed when he asked.
Apparently, you have to have a $100 bill on you when you walk in the door, too.
Oh, yeah. Of course you do, Brad. It's Vegas, baby.
That's pretty high roller. He's autographing $100 bills, which is a felony.
It is a felony.
Some sort of federal offense of some sort.
You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, I didn't think about. You're in trouble now, Drunk Randy. That's awesome. Anything else special happen while you've been running around Vegas, buck wild with?
We went to a dinner show type of thing at the Bellagio our first night called the Mayfair. Kind of a fun kickback to not really vaudeville, but that kind of a show. It's a dinner show.
Did you see the vaudevillains, Wapple? Maybe he saw the vaudevillains.
And we went to Sinatra's restaurant last night at the Encore, which was pretty good.
So you don't go down to the Strip to the $3.50 buffet down there?
Yeah, we really don't do that. We kind of hang out at Mandalay, and we'll go over to New York or MGM, kind of in this area. This is the same area where they're going to build the baseball stadium. They're tearing down Tropicana. And so on the corner, basically within, a 10-minute walk from here, the baseball stadium will be built for the Oakland A's.
So Randy,
it's going to end up being a very, very busy area once that baseball stadium is built.
So
have you ever seen Absinthe while you've been there?
Oh yes, Brad. A couple times.
Yeah. Last time I was there, that's great. That's an awesome show.
It is dirty and nasty and funny, and you better not walk in there. If you're offended by stuff, you better not go to the show.
What is this? What is this act?
It's called Absinthe. It's a lot of acrobatic type stuff, a lot of dark humor, a lot of comedy, and again, it's in a very private. When you were talking about a very private, small venue, it made me think of seeing that the last time I was there, because it is that type of a venue too, where you're right there, you're right up next to the performers, and it's really cool.
And then it turns into like a sex club.
When you went to it, Brad, was it in a tent by Caesars?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Josh had a question 5 minutes ago.
I had a couple things. I was going to ask you. So, Randy,
welcome back, Josh.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate it. It was that was unpleasant last week. Thank you. So you're at Mandalay Bay. You're very familiar with Vegas. I'd only been there one time. My wife and I, we thought we were looking for a place to go for our honeymoon, and so we went to Vegas, and we stayed at Mandalay Bay. And so we got outside, saw a cab driver, and thought, well, you know what we need to do? We got to go see the famous Vegas sign.
Oh!
So we asked...
Oh, no, you don't need a cab driver for that.
That's what we found out. We asked the guy, hey, can you take us? He's like, oh, I'd be happy to take you guys to the Vegas. It's what, would you say, 20 feet from the entrance, something like that? Randy?
No, it's more than that. It's about a 20-minute walk, but... It's very close.
It was you could see it from the hotel, and we got scammed big time. But I was going to ask you, Randy, I know you like to see comedy shows. Are you going to see a comedy show while you're out there?
No, we were going to go try to get into a Brad. I know Nick hates this. We're going to try to go into Brad Garrett's show this week, but we just never got around to it.
I have no problem with Brad Garrett. It's that other, the food comic.
I mentioned that the other day, and you kind of had a fit about it. So
no, I did not. I like Brad. I liked everybody digs Raymond. It's that food guy that I want to choke to death. What's his name again?
Gaffigan.
Yeah. I got no problem with Brad Garrett. He was Robert on Everybody Loves.
I've been to Brad Garrett's comedy club when I've been out there too. It's really good.
Here's a question from Toxic Water Baby Jesus for Drunk Randy, who's calling us live from Las Vegas. Did Randy go to the Espahere?
Oh, good question.
The Sphere.
Spahere.
Oh, you know
the
what?
Sphere. The Sphere.
Well, as Josh knows, Mandalay and the Sphere are a long distance away from each other. If you wanted to walk there, it would probably take you 45 minutes to an hour. We talked about it, and we just kind of said, you know what? If there was a show there that we wanted to see, like a concert or something, I think we probably would have done that, but there really wasn't one of those, and so we just kind of passed.
Man, I want to.
Well, you're just going to have to go back to Vegas again sometime.
Oh, I think he will.
Yeah, I definitely will be back.
Have you gotten any ass mans, Randy? You get those every once in a while, right?
It's funny you said that. I got one in the airport back in Minneapolis, a couple of them before we left, and never got one of them out here in Vegas, which is honestly very unusual.
That used to be.
Used to be I'd get like at least one or two anytime I was out here, but I haven't heard one thing. So
in the old days, Randy hated it when listeners would shout, "Hey, ass man!" Now,
God!
Now it's fun,
especially when I was with my kids.
I didn't think about that.
Now he embraces that. Well, there you go. When are you coming home? Because we need to tell you about some squatters that moved into your place.
We are flying back tonight.
Yeah, Wapple and I took up residency in your place.
Dude, you weren't supposed to tell
That's all right.
Flying.
Have the place cleaned up by tonight.
Yeah, here's the problem. You're not going to find much at the 55 and older community, so you're not going to find much there.
Yeah, at least we didn't have to do yard work.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just going to find a lot of protein shakes and paddleball rackets over there at Randy's place.
A lot of pudding time.
Yeah. There you go, Randy. Well, glad you had fun. And hell yeah. And I mean, and come the end of this month, you can go to Vegas whenever the hell you want to.
Yes, sir.
Whenever the hell you want. We can talk a little bit about this and that going on. After going the first 2 games of their series in Pittsburgh without scoring a single run, the Twins finally got their bats going yesterday, specifically through a 7-run 10th inning. They beat the Bucks 11-5. They finally squashed their 5-game losing streak. They were sucking on a 22-inning scoreless drought until they busted it up in the first inning of yesterday's ball game. And I did pay attention to some of these starting pitchers that you were talking about last week, Randy Shaver.
Yeah, the guy that I mentioned last week pitched yesterday, and he was okay. He wasn't as good as he's been in the past, Jared Jones. But, I mean, like I said, Pittsburgh's got some young starting pitchers that if they can find an everyday lineup that's a little bit better than what they've got, they could end up being pretty decent. But
yeah, why the hell?
The Twins didn't even see the best one.
No.
What's his name again? Skeens, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the young kid that they called up from AAA. Now, I would argue, some would argue Mitch Keller would be their best starting pitcher in the rotation, but you're right. They didn't get a chance to see Paul Skeens. So
yesterday was a bit of an ugly game. A lot of walks, hit batters, pass balls. Yeah. Some of those pass balls were legit, some were not. One of the worst calls I've seen this year so far, Byron Buxton clearly fouls a pitch off, and the home plate umpire never saw the contact that the baseball made with the baseball bat, called it a pass ball. And it was Buxton was at the plate. Somebody scored from third base. I forgot who. But I don't know how in God's name the home plate umpire did not see the contact that Buxton made on his check swing. So it was a squirrely game. The Twins' bullpen was solid because Bailey Ober did not get through 5. But they're coming home now. They got Colorado tonight through Wednesday. And last I looked, Colorado is not the greatest baseball team on planet Earth.
No.
Okay, because, the boys, with the Yankee series and then this, the road trip, they went 3-6. They could use a little break. Yep. You never know. Just because Colorado's record isn't that great doesn't mean they can't come in here and make a mess. But they could use a club like the Rockies to come to town.
Absolutely.
It's a weird...
I did jump on the Twins on Saturday after I saw the score on Friday and the fact that they hardly got any hits. I must admit that I took the Pirates on Saturday, and that paid off pretty well.
You dick.
Good for you.
It's been
I had the Celtics minus 6.5 last night too, and wow, what a great game.
You had to sweat that one out.
Yes, I did. Me and about 500 other people sitting
That's the best part about being in those sports books at the end of those games.
Man.
The game's not in doubt, but your money's in doubt.
You sat in the sports book and watched last night's basketball game, and you're telling us you didn't get drunk?
I did not, no.
Then you're doing it wrong.
I had done enough drinking prior to last night.
So Friday and Saturday you were in bad shape.
Recovery days.
Yeah, I was not in good shape on Friday night. Let's say that.
3 in a row would have been tough for how you're making.
Yeah, Big Daddy can't do that. I can't string that many together.
No, I get it because
that's too much for Big Daddy.
My friggin' wife, she can't even do back-to-backs. Now this is the Sunday night a week ago at your gala. You referred to yourself on stage at Big Daddy, and now you did it on our radio show. And I got to admit, it kind of gives me the creeps. What is this? Is this some new sex game you're playing or something? Why are you Big Daddy?
No, it's not. No, I was just joking. Gosh.
Well, but come on.
Everybody knows Josh is Big Daddy. Why would I steal that from
Big
Josh?
Daddy can't do it 3 nights in a row.
I think he'd rather refer to people yelling at the airport Big Daddy than Ass Man.
Yeah. No, I'd take Ass Man any day.
We'll get to that basketball game here in just a minute, but while we're talking baseball, it's been a weird year for the Twins. Dick Bramer, not hearing Dick's voice and seeing Dick's face on the broadcast is weird. We'll talk to Dick tomorrow. The damn the deal with the television, right? You know, some of us can't.
Bally's deal.
By the way, I've gone to a system now where I am able to watch the games, and it's fun. It's been a weird year, so maybe it's tough to get a read on things so far. We Twins fans, we're not depressed, are we? Would you define us? We can't be depressed, right? We made the playoffs last year. We got Royce Lewis. I mean, we're not depressed, are we?
I'm pretty good.
Okay.
Big Daddy's not depressed.
Well, I don't think depressed is the word, but there is a little bit of a level of maybe indifference because, and I'll just say this because they aren't playing well against the really good teams, but they are playing well against the teams that they should beat. So, you know, sometimes I think that does add to a little bit of the indifference.
Okay, indifference. I can see where that, and especially this year with the things that we noted, the changes that we noted, I can see there being, and I can understand a little bit of indifference. I just wanted to get you folks' read on it. I was just privy to an article from Bleacher Report that ranked the most depressed big league franchises, fan bases, the most depressed big league fan bases so far in the 2024 season. The Twins did not make the top 10, so not only you folks, but the people that Bleacher Report don't think that. And like I said, we shouldn't be indifferent. I understand, but they made some strides last year. Sure, I know injuries bother some people. Here's the deal. I'm sure you could guess who they named the most depressed big league fan base. Go ahead. Who wants to say it?
Well, it's got to be the Oakland A's.
It is the Oakland Athletics.
Yep.
Let me give you the top 10. Number 10, the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, they're having a terrible year.
Well, they note,
for them.
They're not having a great year. They note the fact here that there were some stories that Ohtani was going to come to their ball club before he ultimately signed with the Dodgers. Okay.
Right.
There were some Blue Jays fans who swore to God they saw him on an airplane headed for Toronto. I saw Ohtani on an airplane. Come on. They haven't been to a World Series since 1990.
Those are the same people that said KG would be sitting courtside for a playoff game.
that never happened, did it?
There is no freaking way KG is sitting courtside for a playoff game at Target Center as long as Glenn Taylor owns the team. It's astonishing to hear all these, he's going to be there. No, he's not going to be there.
Well, wait a minute. When we discussed that story on the radio, you didn't seem that dismissive of it at the time.
Oh,
I think we both said he wasn't going to be there as long as Glenn's the owner. Yeah.
Well, I thought the general consensus was he wouldn't be sitting courtside as long as Glenn is the owner.
He wouldn't be involved in the pregame or anything as long as Glenn is owner.
Number 9, the Cincinnati Reds are the 9th.
Yeah, they're having a disappointing year.
It's been a rough few decades for the Reds. But they've got a better.
They've got a good young team. They've got a nucleus of young players there that, I think there's got to be some optimism for the Reds. They're only 2 games under 500 right now. They're not a terrible team.
I like that De La Cruz guy stealing all the bases.
Yeah. You know what, though, Waffle? He's not as good as advertised. He's got a lot of he reminds me a lot of Byron Buxton. He's got a lot of skills. There's no doubt the guy can run, hit, throw, but he's batting like 225. He's just not – he's not quite there yet. The guy that's the really good player for them is the former Twin kid, Spencer.
The shortstop, yeah.
Yeah, that's the kid, man. He's a really good player.
So the guy can throw, he can run, he can't hit. That reminds me of one of my buddies when he joined our beer league softball team. We were desperate. We were making phone calls. We couldn't find. We needed a live body. We finally got a hold of one guy. He showed up, and the first thing he said to our team was, "Well, I think I can hit, and I'm pretty confident that I can throw, but I can't catch."
One of the fundamentals.
All right, the Detroit Tigers are the 8th most depressed fan base, but they're improving. 7, the Miami Marlins, they're piss poor.
Yeah.
They're terrible right now. God, awful.
They're tied with the Angels for the longest active postseason drought in baseball. 6, the New York Metropolitans, always stuck in limbo is what they say here.
Well, they spend so much money and they're not getting any. They're 8 games under 500 right now, and they're 16.5 games behind the Phillies. That's pretty bad when you're in early June and you're that far behind.
They mentioned the money. It says here the Mets never get to have nice things no matter how much they spend. and I love it. I love when the Mets. 5, the team, the Twins, just played the Pittsburgh Pirates, although they note things are getting better. 4, Colorado
I wouldn't put the Pirates in the top 10 at all.
You wouldn't?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Well, here's the thing, Brad Ryder. It's not just they're not just basing it on this year because they're showing some promise. They're near 500. They mention that they haven't won a division in over 3 decades.
Ooh. Yes,
and
that is true.
They're often respectable in April before bottoming out in a terrible way. So, yeah, I might not put them in my top 10 either. 4, the team that's coming to town for the Twins next, Colorado.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is they mentioned that people still show up for their home games, even though they haven't been worth a pump in years. They're consistently ranked in the top half of the majors in attendance. It must be just a beautiful place. And, Colorado people are laid-back people. You don't necessarily have to be awesome for them to be having a good time.
Rockies games are a ton of fun. I've been to a bunch of them. Go sit on the rock pile. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Denver as a whole really supports their sports teams really well.
They have a good time out there. We mentioned number 1 is Oakland, obviously. 3, Chicago White Sox.
Yeah.
They're on pace for the worst season in franchise history. Number 2, the Angels. Okay, they lost out on Ohtani. Trout is hurt all the time. They haven't won anything forever and ever and ever. So there you go. Oh, man.
Tell you what, if you did an opposite of that, of fans that are super pumped about their baseball team right now,
it
would have to be both Cleveland and Kansas City in the Twins division.
Sure.
Those 2 teams, Cleveland's 20 games over 500. And Kansas City, when they brought in Lugo and Waka, those 2 guys solidified a rotation that's turned out to be pretty decent if they can stay healthy. Kansas City is pretty darn good.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, I think if the season ended today, I think they'd be in the playoffs. They'd be a wild card, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a Twins fan. I'd like to see the Twins have all the success.
That's nice of you.
I hope they're all getting laid.
But I enjoy it when there's other teams in the division who are. I like seeing Kansas City have a good season. Cleveland have. That's fine by me. I had one more thought and I lost it. Anyway, 2 more baseball notes real quick. I don't know. Minor league baseball. This is quite dramatic. Maybe Ashley can fill us in on whether or not this is up on our website. The kid having the meltdown at the minor league baseball game because of the home run thing, this, that, hebbity-dub, dibbity-doo.
Remember, I can't put anything up.
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it won't be back up until 1:30 today. So.
We're having problems with our website, so don't look for this video on 93x.com. A young fella named Denzel Clark had to be forcefully restrained by his coaches and teammates in this minor league game. A walk-off home run was overturned because he did not step on third base.
Fly ball hit to left field and deep. Going back, Reyes, way back toward the wall. He looks up. That one is gone. A home run, if you can believe it. The ball game's over. Midland crushes the mission's hopes and win it 5-4 after they were being down to the last out. And hold on, the umpire's conversing right now.
Did someone miss a base as they were rounding? They're throwing to third. Whoa! An out has been called.
Third, the Missions win the ball game. I don't believe it. Oh my goodness! The crowd booing. Somebody missed third base.
Oh my gosh! Denzel Clark is having to be restrained. They're saying he's the one that didn't touch the bag, and he almost got physical with the umpires. He just threw the Gatorade cooler onto the
field. Be a finder's suspension right there.
That's a guy and his grandson calling the game. So. This Denzel Clark was not the home run hitter. He was a base runner.
He was the tying run, right?
The tying run.
Yeah, they were down 1, and the guy hit a 2-run homer. Yeah.
Right.
With two guys on base.
That means if he's called out, that means the home run guy doesn't score either.
Right.
Correct.
So I think that's
Yes, there were 2 outs. Once dude didn't step on third, and they appealed. Game over. Dude comes unglued. He had to be held back. Multiple coaches and teammates had to hold him back. A couple of water coolers ended up on the field. But if we ever do get videos working again, it's kind of fun to watch. I don't remember the last time I saw something like that.
I'm going to be a nerd a little bit. I think he plays in the Oakland A's system. I recognize that name, Caitlyn Clark. Was it like Sacramento?
San Antonio is the club he plays for.
Oh, he plays for San Antonio. Okay.
Also, Florida State set records for the most runs scored in a super regional college baseball game and the largest margin of victory. There's college baseball playoffs going on. They hit 5 home runs. They won their game over Connecticut 24-4. So that's the most runs scored in a game, in a super regional game, and the largest margin of victory. Not that long ago, Florida State won an NCAA tournament baseball game by a final of 37-6. So they field some pretty good college baseball clubs.
There's a lot of people here in Vegas who watch that college baseball stuff, and I'm assuming you can bet on it. I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anything, but man, they're up on the screens here during the day for sure.
There must be folks from the South. Only folks from the South watch college baseball that feverishly.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Florida and Clemson, I was watching some of that crazy game the other day that went, I don't know how many innings it went, but the kid made the Willie Mays catch. Did you see that video?
No, I don't see college baseball.
Oh, my God, what a great catch.
Yeah, save the game.
Same kid, it's the same kid that hit the home run to tie the game, I want to say, in the top of the ninth, to send the game to extra innings, and then he makes this incredible over-the-sholdder basket catch, just like Willie Mays did in center field.
So what you're saying is this kid's going to get laid.
Well, he probably didn't even need to do that.
He didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
Wapple, you're struggling over there. What can we help you with?
I was just going to say, I saw a lot of the college softball World Series was on TVs at bars.
Yeah, I watched some of that.
So did I. Yeah, that's great, too.
But I got to go back to this Florida State thing. I understand in a regular season matchup, Florida State plays some pile of a school and they win 37-6. This was an NCAA tournament game. They beat Ohio State, which makes me happy. You're good enough to be in the NCAA tournament, but you got beat 37-6. That's not right. NBA Finals. Randy mentioned he watched it in the sports book last night. I know it's 2-0 Boston, right? Last night was a little bit of a closer ball game than Game 1, but this looks to be a mismatch. I know. I'm not saying it's over. That Dallas is going home and they've got Doncic and all that. This kind of looks like a mismatch to me. That's all.
Well, like I said on Friday, I think, I was going to say, like I said on Friday, I mean, Boston's guards are able to lock up in any type of penetration that the Dallas guards had in the Timberwolves series, and that's the difference, really.
So the Celtics take the series lead. I mean, Drew Holiday was their leading scorer, and that's the thing about the Boston Celtics is they got 7 or 8 guys that could be their damn leading scorer any night.
Yeah, that is the luxury right there. You have a veteran player who's a very, very good defensive player like Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
You know, to go with a Derek White, who I think is underappreciated, and then you've got Jaylen Brown and you got Tatum. I mean, that's and
Porzingis,
who played pretty well in Game 1. I mean, that's a pretty darn good basketball team. And then the guys that they bring in off the bench, like Pritchard and guys like that, they're just rock solid.
They're very deep, deep.
Yeah. In today's game with the perimeter game the way it is, and you've got 4 or 5 guys that are two-way players like they are, I mean, my goodness.
Josh, are you familiar with Drew Holiday?
Drew Holiday, sure.
Now that you're an NBA fan, you became an NBA fan as soon as the Wolves clinched their series over Phoenix.
That's correct.
This year in the first round. I thought you'd be interested in watching him. The guy never looks tired, ever. No. He must have iron lungs or something, Drew Holiday. He never looks winded. And I know Doncic is a dramatic diva of a ball player. Doncic looks like at any moment he could drop dead.
Yeah, he doesn't look like an athlete.
Anytime he has to do anything above jogging, he just, you know how when you're a little kid and you don't want to do what your parents tell you and you hang your head? He hangs his head. Oh, I'm so tired. Drew Holiday never looks tired.
No. And for all the people who are like, well, now it's going back to Dallas. Well, Boston, I think I saw last night, is 7-0 in the playoffs on the road. So, they're probably going to win 1 or 2 there and then probably win it in 5.
Ooh, this just in from Freight Hauling Jesus Nick. I just watched the Iron Claw. You were right. It was dog feces. Anyway, Yard Barker has gone ahead and ranked the 10 best players in the NBA Finals. Number 10, Al Horford. Who is he?
Definitely forgot about him.
Yeah, right. And he's got. Is he 40?
He's upper 30s.
Unbelievable.
Been in the league 15, 16 years, I think.
38.
Number 9, Derek Lively, Part 2. Holler at me if you disagree with any of these. Number 8, P.J. Washington. Number 7, there's Drew Holiday. Number 6, Derek White, who Randy Shaver mentioned. Brad Ryder. Number 5, Kristaps Porzingis. Number 4, Kyrie Irving. He's struggling so far, isn't he?
He is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Number 3, Jaylen Brown. Number 2, Jason Tatum. They give Doncic number 1.
Yeah.
That seems right.
I would think that Boston fans would disagree with that order. I think they would put Tatum ahead of Doncic, but yeah.
Yeah.
I like Kyrie Irving. Is that
pardon
okay?
me?
I said I like Kyrie Irving. He seems like a decent dude. Talented guy.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's nuts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Nah, I don't think he's nuts.
Yeah, he's nuts, Brad.
Can you give me an example?
He was one of those. He was one of those flat earther guys.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Forget.
That's a hill he's apparently willing to die on.
I forgot about that.
He's nuts.
A little bit.
Darn it.
We started off with some audio about there's something going on here with this Caitlyn Clark. Okay, tell me if this makes sense. She's been left off the United States Women's Basketball Olympic team.
That is correct.
Okay.
My personal take is that I think it's good for her. I think that she needs the break. She's been playing pretty much nonstop since the start of the college season. That women's team doesn't need Caitlyn Clark to win the gold medal.
Oh, they don't
need them. Oh gosh, no.
Well, she's pissed off. She of course she wanted to play for the American team. She's pissed off.
I'm sure she wanted to play, but her time will come.
Well, what is she? 22 years old? I mean, you don't need a break when you're 22.
She'll get many opportunities to do that.
Well, you don't know that. What if her knee falls off or something like that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you're right, but I'm just saying, if you look at her age and her ability, and just 4 years from now,
of course,
she'll be the headliner.
If she stays healthy, she can play on the Olympic team till she's 50. But okay,
I'm not up in arms about it. I mean, I'm really not.
I'm not either.
But she should have probably been on the team.
Well,
she's in the top 15 in the league in scoring. She's in the top 5 in the league in assists. And like Randy said, they went straight from a 40-game college season with literally 2 weeks off into the WNBA season, where all the veterans had an off season of rest. And so anybody who wants to criticize her for, she's not lighting the world on fire. Well, she just got done playing an entire 40-game NCAA season and went right into the WNBA season.
She doesn't need a break. She's 22. And she doesn't. And here's the thing. This isn't about winning. It is, but at the same time, this is about getting people to give two pumps about women's Olympic basketball.
That's where I'm at.
I think that people will in the Olympics care about it. And here's the other thing that I read about with Caitlyn Clark's situation is that she probably wouldn't have gotten a lot of playing time, kind of like Christian Laettner when he played for the team back in whatever it was.
Dream Team.
92.
The great
whatever it was. There's only the greatest team ever assembled. But yes, go ahead. You've been drinking in Vegas. I get it.
The Dream Team. Sorry, I couldn't think of the name. But it's kind of the same situation. Laettner was put on that team. He didn't play very much. And I'm not saying Clark isn't worthy of that. She's totally worthy of being on that team. And because of her immense popularity and her ability to raise the level of awareness for women's basketball in general has been off the charts, no doubt. But would she have played 25, 30 minutes on that roster? Probably not. And so then what do you do? If she's only playing 4 minutes or 5 minutes a game,
all right.
Sure.
So, I think she would have been.
There's a lot of other issues.
Yeah, I think she'd have been fine with that. But yeah,
and we're going to get there. Okay. Ooh, this is interesting. X-File Sheezes just texted and said Caitlyn Clark leads the WNBA in technical fouls. Oh, that sounds kind of fun. Nice. Anyway, I just don't know what the people who make decisions for the United States basketball the United States women's Olympic team. They got to be nuts to not put her on the roster, because then you're going to get...
Well, Lynx, I was going to say, Lynx coach Cheryl Reeve is the head coach of the team, so go get me a press pass, and I'll go down to practice someday and ask her.
So are you saying Cheryl Reeve is nuts?
Well, she must be.
No, I don't.
Flat earther.
I disagree.
You're missing an opportunity for people who would never give a pump about women's Olympic basketball. You're missing an opportunity for them to tune in.
I'm leaning more toward Nick on this one.
The same way what Caitlyn Clark did for women's college basketball, she could do for the Olympic team.
And it's not an entirely marketing ploy. She's really, really good, in case anybody has.
Right, they're leaving her off, and the reason, they say, is, and Randy Shaver, you hinted on this. Where is this? I'll get there. She's been left off, according to what I'm reading, because USA Basketball feared backlash from her fans if she didn't get enough playing time during the Olympics.
So they just cut her all
That's
together.
the reason. That is
no
an asinine reason.
So that's what I'm saying. They're missing a great opportunity here. And
I don't think anybody's arguing that. I think that they look at the roster of this women's team and how deep they are at the guard position with veteran players who are arguably better players than she is right now as a player. And then you say, well, where is she going to find time? Where are you going to, and I wouldn't want to be that coach because of all the factors you just said, right? So how would you fit her into that and make it so that she gets the time on the court that people would expect her to get?
Well, she's taking it very personally. She's taking it personally. Her coach said, that Caitlyn told her they've woken up a monster.
But if you listen to what she said, what she personally said when asked about it, she handled it very, very well. She should teach a PR class to other athletes in how she answers
on
questions.
All levels, of all things.
She is always on. She is always A+. Yes, she has never once screwed up anything PR related.
Yes, not just this issue. It's everything that she's had to endure. Yeah.
Yep.
Here's a listener that says, like Herb Brooks said, they're not looking for the best players, they're looking for the right ones. Sure, I get all that. And like I said a few minutes ago, hang on. Like I said a few minutes ago, it is about winning, but at the same time, wouldn't you want an opportunity to put the biggest star in women's basketball on your roster just so people will take a look at you and maybe they remain fans for life? Whatever. We can move on. We don't need to dwell on this all effing morning long.
Yeah.
So. Josh, who is Baby Gronk and why is he being talked about online?
Everyone talks about Baby Gronk.
I don't remember Baby Gronk.
I don't fully understand Baby Gronk either.
He keeps changing schools he's going to.
That's why they're talking about him, because he keeps flipping his schools.
This is just a kid that people think, is there something significant here? I'm just trying to figure out the gimmick.
That they call him Baby Gronk? Yeah, I don't know why they call him
So he's just like an internet sensation type of a thing?
Kind of a guy that, he got that nickname and people started following him. But
okay.
He between Minnesota and a couple other teams, he keeps flopping.
It's like an 8-year-old kid or something?
No.
I don't know how old he is.
I think he's 10.
Well, I'm close. 8, 10. I mean, anyway. Okay, I was just wondering if there was more to this story, but he's just like an internet sensation.
Yeah.
Baby Gronk. Okay.
He's 12.
I've never been any good at that, estimating ages, especially kids. Oh, my God. I made a fool out of myself at a couple family get-togethers where, my God, my cousin had a son. Well, she still does. Jesus, I'm going to take a guess here. The kid was like 4 or something like that. And someone asked me how old the kid was, and I said 11. And I have no idea. Well,
but in your defense, though, we did learn last week, though, that you're very spot on in estimating kids' weights. How much a baby would weigh.
Yeah.
You thought a toddler weighed 3 pounds.
Yeah, I have no idea. I know nothing about children or what they're made of.
They're made of.
It's like the same stuff you're made of, just smaller.
Smaller.
Yeah, some gut sauce.
If ever we get our videos working again, we should include this one. This is fun. A speed walker. Every once in a while you get one of these great videos where someone is celebrating a win before it's officially over. and it comes back to haunt them. Something goes sideways. Everything from a dude. Remember the dudes who would want to drop the football before they got across the goal line because they can't wait to bust into the latest dance moves. Oh, bicycle racers, motorcycle. Some idiot will be closing in on the finish line, and they start to get jiggy with it or whatever, and then they lose in the last second because they're not. This is a fun video. A speed walker. Number one, it's funny to watch anybody speed walk.
Yeah.
Lost a race after celebrating too early. This gal was in the third place position, so she knows, hey, I'm going to be on the podium at some kind of global speed walking tournament in who cares where. She's closing in on the finish. Oh, God, I'm going to be on the podium. I'm in third place. And she starts to kind of smile, and she's raising her hands up in the air. And then you see some nerd speed walk right past her. At the facial expression from the lady who celebrated too soon is worth looking at.
It really is.
That is fun.
She went from having the time of her life to like the most devastated she's ever been.
Can you imagine how dumb you'd feel?
Oh. Well, number one, I'm speed walking. Yes, I feel very dumb.
I took a class in college on speed walking.
Did you?
Yeah.
I would run away from this situation.
Randy, don't laugh at that.
I needed an elective. Believe it or not, I was the only guy in the class.
I don't believe you.
I'm not laughing, Josh, because I took billiards and golf and something else, bowling, as an elective in college. So
I took speed walking.
Everybody took those cakewalk courses, Randy, but billiards, golf, and bowling, you don't look like a dork doing those three events. Is there any chance you remember the proper stance or whatever?
Yeah.
Could you speed walk across the room for us real quick?
Nick, I'd be happy to.
I want to see you do a couple laps, Josh.
I got to see what this looks like. Oh, he's getting loosened up. He's
Make sure you
loosening up.
stretch.
Oh, that's not speed walking. That's how you're supposed to do it?
This is a great
How
day.
fast that was.
That was so fast,
Don't you always
dude.
have to have a heel on the ground?
Yeah.
And you got to put one foot right
You
in
always
front
have
of
to
the
have
other.
a heel on the ground.
You always have to. So that was, you obviously forgot everything you were taught. Because
Well, it didn't look good, but
the form was not like what I saw in
it's been a while.
Okay, but you were very fast. You were fast.
Yeah. I learned a thing or two.
I remember that from Malcolm in the Middle when Hal was speed racing. That you had to have.
Yeah.
He got all mad. No, both feet were off the ground.
Yes.
A heel always has to be on the ground. See, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, people are texting in when Hal was a speed walker. Yeah, I should have dressed up like him. This was pre-Hal.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
The helmet and everything.
The girls had me and the girls, we'd gossip, right, on our speed walks, and they had a bet on whether or not I'd make it to the end of the class because I was the only guy. I did. They got me a cake and everything.
Oh, wow.
That's so cool.
Did you,
Yeah, look who you're talking to.
you know, with the girl?
Are you kidding me? No, not at all.
No, you didn't.
Not even close.
Come on.
Not even close.
Stanley Cup
Big
Final
Daddy, of course you did.
Big Daddy speaking here.
Neither one of you guys are Big Daddy.
No, I'm Big Daddy. No, nothing happened at all.
Stanley Cup Final Game 2 tonight in Florida, 7 o'clock on Channel 5. I watched a good amount of Game 1. I mean, it's down to the final, so I might as well get a look at it. Good game. What was that, Saturday night? Florida is a very, very deep hockey club. Edmonton is only about 7 guys deep. Can the Oilers make it work? Well, I guess we'll see.
Bobrovsky's on fire in the net.
The
That's all
goaltender, he had a great game in Game 1. Edmonton could have easily won that game. But the Florida goaltender was sharp. I just think, Florida's they got 4 lines cooking, and Edmonton, they got to rely on pretty much one. But, it could work for them. Game 2's tonight, best of 7 kind of a thing. The gal who became internet famous when her perfect jugs ended up exposed at an Edmonton Oilers game and then thrown up on the internet, right? You follow that? Remember that story?
Yep.
Yeah.
She's removed. She must, I don't know if she's, I hope she hasn't lost her job or something. She's removed all of her social media platforms. It sounds like this did not go well for her.
That's too bad.
What do you suppose happened there, Josh? The kids saw it at grade school?
People, you know how some people probably shamed her out of town.
Yeah.
Well,
Guys probably being creepy.
Well, yeah, she was probably getting inundated by creepy messages.
Well, that could be too. My assumption was that she put that out there, but someone put it out there maybe without her permission?
Oh, no, I think
Somebody,
go ahead.
Somebody else recorded it, so maybe somebody else did put it out originally without her permission.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that.
All right. Yeah, I don't. We were talking in the news earlier about.
But she did that on purpose, right?
Well, she did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she flashed.
She did it on purpose.
She flashed him at the rink on purpose.
Yeah, so it wasn't like.
Right.
She must have forgot it was 2024 or that everyone's phones are. I mean, I just hope. I hope that she didn't lose her job or something crazy like that, or there's not psychos all. I mean, anyway. So, for those of you who are hoping she would continue to be a factor in the series, she's gone silent. And I hope for the best on that deal because you never know. Yes, I know people are texting. Yes, we know she got offers from porn sites and whatnot. Yes. Well, Randy. There you go. When we talk to you next, you'll be back here in Minnesota. Hope you had a lot of fun out there in Vegas.
Yeah,
Saw some
great. I mean,
shows.
we meet my my college roommate out here every year. So 45 years we've been friends, and so it's always a blast to get together with them. So
That's really cool.
Great.
Brad, I hope you have time to go out there and have some fun in the future. It sounds like you're a Vegas guy too.
Yeah, I've been out there a few times. Maybe in the future again.
One more note here on speed walking. Better than Dana at Mario Kart. Jesus has texted in to say he could teach us all how to speed walk. You just pretend you're holding in a massive poop while hurrying to the bathroom.
Exactly. That's true.
It does look like the walk of like the Green Apple Quick Steps.
Yeah, I did.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did toot a little bit on one of my turns.
It
just came out.
bastard. I thought it was my upper lip.
No.
All right, Brad and Randy, we'll talk to you.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. We'll be back in a few minutes.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Are you ready to beat the heat this summer? Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is here to help you say goodbye to sweltering heat and hello to ultimate comfort. Ashley, what specials do they have going on this month?
It is fun, sun, and savings time at Standard Heating and Air with incredible savings on AC units, heat pumps, and combo deals this month to ensure your air quality is up to snuff this summer. Go to standardheating.com for more info or to schedule your appointment today.
America starts the day with America in the Morning.
Report by the State Department released late Monday.
Hi, I'm John Trout, your host for the latest news, politics, entertainment, business, and weather.
With yet another formidable storm developing over the central and southern
Our staff of correspondents provide a fast-paced look at the world with specialized reports from where news
Consumer
happens.
sentiment took a little dip last month, according to the University of Michigan.
Concise, accurate, and fresh each day.
America in the Morning, the podcast, available wherever you listen.
There's a douchiness to them.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
F me running. It's Monday. For the love of... welcome back to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Hope you're hanging in there. Let's see. See what else is going on around here, Josh. I did get a kick out of this friend zone story that someone threw our way over here. The friend zone. Wapple, you must have been the friend zone league leader in your neighborhood for many consecutive seasons.
Yep, everyone bow down to me because I am the king.
The MVP. Yep.
Has everyone here been friend zoned?
Of course.
Well, I have a question first. Do girls ever get friend zoned? Because here's Ashley, you got to tell us the answer.
I was going to ask the same question.
Because dudes will have sex with any girl at any time. If you want some, we'll give you some.
Yeah, I don't believe I've ever been friend zoned. I guess like even with friendships I've had with guys, it's pretty easy to convince them to go the other way.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much.
Yeah, if you want some, we will give you some, and we don't care who you are, who you're married to, or nothing.
Well, that's not all true.
It's true. So, yeah, it's probably much more difficult for girls, women, to be friend zoned. So you asked Josh, of us bros, Wapple he's the king.
Yep.
We'll have a coronation after the show. Well, tell me this, Josh. I'm not trying to put any pressure on you. I'm not asking you to know all the definitive rules on friend zoning, the laws of friend zoning, but okay, I remember a situation where I was trying to get some from this young lady, and she wanted us to be friends, but I was slutting it up otherwise all over town.
Sure.
was I still being See, my idea of a real friend zone is this is the one target that keeps shutting you down and you can't get anywhere else either, where you're just desperate. Please be with me. And you keep getting shut out. So is it still being friend zoned if I was trying, failing, but yet I was still spreading it all around the neighborhood?
I guess I always picture, I didn't think that deeply about it outside of, I always, by the way, do I look too relaxed?
No, you do not look too relaxed.
I'm trying to put off a vibe.
You look comfortable.
Okay, good. I'm leaning back a little bit. So I'm trying to put off a vibe, but I don't want to look too relaxed because I'm a professional. So I was curious, I thought there's a particular person you've been interested in.
Yes.
One person.
One.
But I mean, to me, you could still be getting stuff, whatever you can on the side.
Okay.
But it's just this one. That's the person you want to be with.
I'll agree with you, Josh. Yep, you're correct. It doesn't matter if you're getting it from anybody else.
You're still being friend zoned.
Yeah.
Because I have for sure once that I can remember. And it was like a girl that I had pursued from 6th grade through my senior year of high school. Right? And I realize now I should have dropped it. Okay?
Yep.
I realized that was wrong and probably creepy. At the time, I didn't think it was. And, I remember my grandma took me to Kmart so I could buy her a cubic zirconia necklace.
Oh,
right?
Josh.
For a Christmas or birthday or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's creepy.
That's kind of adorable.
Dedicate songs to her at the school dance, things like that.
Oh, my gosh. And she never gave you the time of day?
Well, so here's the thing.
Did she really never acknowledge you?
Well, we were friends, right?
You're friends.
We were close
So, of course,
friends.
she gave you the time of day.
And I mean, she obviously knew. At the time, I thought, well, how does she not know I'm interested?
She knows.
Right, she knows, right? I realize this now. But so my senior year, we did go to prom together. And I realized at that time, still friend zoned. But so I didn't know we were going to prom as friends, but we were.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, that was a long friend zoning. That's the only one I really remember.
Dude, it came down to prom night, and you thought, finally, she sees me as a romantic partner. We're going to prom, and maybe even we're going to do what we do what everyone does at prom.
Yeah.
But then you learned at prom it wasn't headed in that direction.
Quite quickly, yes.
Son of a bitch. How did you learn? What did she was it something she said or did?
She was a cowgirl on another guy in the limo. And it still took me about 10 minutes to figure it out. Once she went reverse cowgirl, there was just no going back.
Then you could see her face.
Right. We were looking at each other. We locked eyes.
They made eye contact.
I said, I'm sorry. I thought this was a date.
That's ice-ass cold that you learned at prom, nothing has changed. She still just wants to be my friend.
Yeah.
So I guess, then I have been.
And look at how relaxed I am now.
Dude, you look pretty relaxed.
Yeah, see what she's missing out?
Even talking about it.
Even with this vibe that I'm putting out right now.
I mean, I had another interesting situation where we were doing it like bunnies, and then the gal said, this is a bad idea, we should be friends, and we played that role for a while, but then we went right back to doing it like bunnies. So I guess everyone's had a taste of it, the friend zone. This is really funny, though, this article. If it's true, let's just pretend it is. It's a picture that was put on Instagram where they say a guy was brutally left in the friend zone. It shows the guy and a gal. They look very young, like 20 years old maybe. They're at a horse stable with some horses in the background, and they've got their arms around each other. The caption, the gal posted this apparently, and she wrote, and this is going to make a lot of you sick. It made me sick to my stomach. From Top Golf to dinner, flowers, ice cream, and horseback riding, you outdid yourself on this friend date. Daniel.
No.
Poor Daniel.
Why'd you even have to post about it, girl?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. Yeah. That's dirty.
And in the picture, I mean, the dude smiling ear to ear. Now, calling him Daniel, to me, that's kind of a tease.
I would say it's an insult.
Why do you call it an insult?
I just feel like when someone goes with the long full name,
yes,
they mean something bad.
They mean something bad.
You mean like how your mom would yell at you?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, when you get like the first and middle name.
Like she's kind of like throwing shade. Daniel.
Oh, I don't look at it that way. I see what you mean about the when you're in trouble full names. I was getting it. Has everyone been in a relationship where your significant other like to use your full name?
Yeah, I only use full names when I am. It's like the opposite of being angry, I guess. So I would agree with you, Nick, because if I use my boyfriend's like first and middle name together, it's usually to be like extremely flirty.
Right.
Or, I don't know, like
maybe I'm thinking too far into it, but I mean, maybe this kid wants to go by Daniel, but to me, it sounds like he probably goes by Dan, but she's calling him by that cute full name just to torture the son of a bitch, because that's what she probably would do if she was his real girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm starting to think, like, is she the only one that calls him by his full name? Is that she thinks it's cute for her? Because
chicks are shady, man. They do cold-blooded things.
Do you think she's keeping him in the batter's box, like just in case for a desperate moment? Or?
I think so.
All right, here's the thing. From the looks of this kid, the dude, number one, it's not helping the way he dresses. No woman is going to take
those pants are ridiculous.
How do you expect any woman to take you seriously with the way you dress? But anyway, let me get through the statement. The caption next to the photo, again, there they are, arm in arm at the stupid horseback riding stable. From Top Golf, dinner, flowers, ice cream, and a horseback riding, you outdid yourself on this friend date, Daniel. You wanted to set the standard for how I should be treated, and you sure set a high one. Are you sure that's what he wanted to do? Set a standard for... Although some guys can be such suckers that he might have actually said that. I want to set the tone for how a man should treat you. You know what I mean? He might have actually said that, which is setting yourself up for disaster. I thank God so much, she said, that he put an amazing friend like you in my life.
Just another prick of the dagger.
Oh, it is. It's just the dagger's being driven further into his aorta.
I just want to give Daniel a hug.
Thank you for making me feel like a true princess. Hashtag, are you ready for the hashtag?
No, I'm not.
It sucks for Daniel. Dan. It sucks for Dan. I'm not going to call him Daniel. He's been punished by that enough. Hashtag, still single though. I'll call you tomorrow, Daniel.
Hi, friend. Only friend. That's it, friend.
That's painful, man. That
so
sucks.
Bogus. How do you do that to somebody?
When you estimate the amount of money, I mean, Top Golf, dinner, flowers, ice cream, horseback ride, and that was a couple $100 evening.
That sounds like a great day.
And this poor kid went home, absolutely soaked himself in lube, and masturbated as furiously as he could.
While crying.
I've been there, Daniel. I have been there.
He covered every inch of his body in lube and just went, ah!
Wait, $1,000 and I got nothing.
Oh, and then he cried himself sideways.
And unfortunately for Daniel, it's probably one of those, well, there's always tomorrow. We can try again. Let's regroup, buddy.
He probably did. That's the sad part of, especially when you're a young dude. And this guy looks like 20 years old. You know, he hasn't quite wrapped his head around it yet. He's focused on one. There's only one woman for me. You know, young people have that psycho idea sometimes too early in life, and they ruin. They don't realize that they're removing some fun and adventure from their life. You know, they get focused.
They, I've accidentally friend zoned a person once that I didn't know.
Oh God, was it me?
No, invitation's open.
I know.
Yeah, hold on. See this wedding ring? Look how easy it comes off.
You would have sex with me. You would have sex with me if I asked you.
Hell yeah.
Yes, you would. Okay.
It is legal to get married now. I was going to say if it was legal to get married, we could, but we could get married.
It is legal.
God, you
accidentally friend zoned somebody.
Yeah, I didn't know she had any interest. I never would have thought.
Oh, you missed the signs?
Yeah, well, I don't even know how many signs there were. I mean, she eventually told me when she was moving out of town. But I was totally dumbfounded.
Farewell, Cubby. I always wanted to bone you.
And I said, me too, Mrs. Wessel.
The friggin' friend zone.
I never looked at her in that way. And have you guys had that happen?
Mm-hmm. There was a time where there was a girl who I thought was way out of my league that I just thought, well, you kidding me? I have no chance with her. So I didn't even allow myself to have a feeling that something could have possibly happened. Then she later told me, she's like, yeah, did you not realize how into you I was? I was like, no.
There's nobody out of your league, by the way, for the record, mister.
Dana?
Dana?
Yeah?
There's no girl out of your league. And I want you to stop that kind of talk right this instant.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I've certainly missed tons of signals, but it wasn't a woman that I, had a relationship with, a friendly relationship with. It was, friends, but not relationship friends. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, surely I knew who they were and I'd run into them from time to time where I missed signals, but it wasn't someone that I saw on a regular basis, like you were explaining.
In this case, I was a good friend.
Yeah, good.
I would see multiple times a week.
I really don't think I've had that situation. Anyway, this poor kid, I mean, like I said, he looks very young. He doesn't get it.
Feel bad for the kid.
Go out and have some fun. Stop being laser focused on this gal and trying over and over and over and over. You got to, at one point or another, realize, look, she does not want anything to do with me physically.
And she's got to be a human being and just say, hey, it's not going to happen. You're a good friend.
Well,
that's the way it's going to stay.
Yeah, she probably hasn't if she has to dump all these hints, right, in the message.
Yeah, either that or maybe she has multiple times and the dude just doesn't get it.
He just won't let it go.
That's a possibility, too.
Hell yeah. All right, I don't know. There are some other real quick. From this article, there are some other friend zone scenarios. Oh, God. During my senior year of high school, I picked up a girl every morning before school that I liked. I would always get her favorite coffee, waiting in the cup holder for her when I picked her up for school. Thought I had a chance.
That reminds me of somebody that I friend-zoned in high school.
Hang on a second.
You obviously knew you were doing it?
I felt off.
Tell us about that in just a minute. Picks her up every morning, gets her favorite coffee. It's there waiting for her in the cup holder when she gets in the car. Thought I had a chance. Then my older brother came home from college and banged her.
Oh.
Ba-bang, ba-bang, ba-bang. Maybe he even heard it through the bedroom wall, right?
While crying.
Right? Oh, God.
He was covered in as much lube as Daniel was.
Nobody's ever been covered in as much lube as Daniel was. Well, here's a gal who claims she was friend-zoned. Did his homework. Wrote papers for him in high school. Did his homework, wrote papers for him. He was the star athlete. Everyone loved him. Came time for prom. He asked me for advice on how to ask my best friend to prom.
Oh, no.
You know your best friend, Kelly? Yeah, I know Kelly. She's my best friend. How do I ask her to prom?
Nick, you're a good guy. Some people think you might have a crusty, tough exterior, but in the center, you are a wonderful human being. And
SAWFT on the inside. Where are you going with this?
I'd imagine if there's a girl out there who you inadvertently friend-zoned, you have no idea. Maybe she tells you today, you'd be willing to change that in an instant, would you not?
By noon today. Yes, I would.
Because of the size of your heart.
Because of how much I care.
And you know that was probably uncomfortable and sad at that time for that person.
I don't want anyone to be uncomfortable or sad.
No.
You're correct. If one of my old, what's the word, platonic?
Yeah, platonic friend.
Girlfriend texted me today and said, you know what, I always wanted to fold you in half. I'd say, when and where, I feel terrible.
Yeah.
I will make this right.
See what I'm saying?
One more here. Yeah, no, thank you, Josh, for those compliments about the size of heart that I haul around town on a daily basis.
A big, thick, veiny heart.
Oh, it is.
You just want to share it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh, it's
you
ready.
just want to start pumping that heart.
Sometimes I feel like it's just ready to give way.
Oh, sure.
And shoot across the...
I understand.
Here is one more.
I want to take this heart and I want to put it inside you.
Right.
So you can feel the love.
Right. I grew up across the street from a girl. We were best friends. I always had a crush on her, but it was never reciprocated. She told me, if we're still single, when we're 30, we should get married.
I had one of those.
She got divorced at 29.
Ooh.
And then she pushed it back to 40.
That's That's what me and my friend did.
He says,
just keep kicking that can down the road.
I give up, he says. This guy, he gives up.
Didn't you have one of those in two, Nick?
Yes.
Yeah. Was it with your wife?
My friggin' wife.
Oh, cool.
We agreed to get married at 40.
Yeah.
And then I was busy.
Giving.
I was busy giving.
Yes.
The way we described earlier. And then we got married. I don't know when the hell we got married.
Just last year.
Oh.
You're coming up on a year.
Yeah, Christ.
They want to glorify the fact that they're criminals. It's dumb. These guys are dumb. They deserve to be tossed under the jail just for being dumb.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show.
I hear you. We're going to wrap up the program. We got a couple more thoughts on the friend zone. That's a fun story we were talking about a few minutes ago. Poor kid. I'm not trying to rip him too much. He has the same problem that a lot of young people have. You get laser focused on one particular person that you're supposedly in love with. They're the only one. There's plenty of other folks out there, but when you're young, you don't get it. So this story going around Instagram, this poor kid takes a girl out, takes her to the friggin' restaurant. Where'd they go? Horseback riding.
Top Golf.
He bought her flowers. And then she puts a picture of the two of them up on Instagram and thank you for the wonderful date. You really set the standard for how a man should treat me. Thanks, friend. I don't have it in front of me anymore, but it was just brutal. The gal just up and down about how you're the best friend a girl could ever have. So the friend zone. The guy was just brutally friend zoned. A lot of fun. Got a few text messages on the friend zone. Oh, well, first off, on that particular kid, Daniel is his name. Dan, but she calls him Daniel just to torture him. Someone texted in on what the future may hold for Daniel unless he pulls his head out of his ass. Stop being laser focused on this one girl. She obviously isn't interested. Move on. Go have some fun. A listener texted in a couple years, Daniel will be the guy that thinks he's dating a stripper. We're pretty much dating, me and Portia.
Mm-hmm.
She hung out a little while, a few lap dances. Yes, my girlfriend.
Ashley, all the things that Daniel did for this girl, right?
Yeah.
The dream date, maybe, if it was a real date. Would you at some point stop him and say, this is too much? Wouldn't you feel guilty about that if you know this is not going to go anywhere he wants it to go?
100%.
Right.
Yeah,
that's a very good
awful.
point.
It's disgusting to me.
Because she knows what he's doing. And so for her to just let him keep spending all of that money on her, especially,
it's a dick
what's
move.
wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like if Wapple and I were going to hang out and Andrew shows up and hands me some flowers, I'd think, you know what, we might have a different definition on what's going to happen tonight.
Yeah. You're not looking to get in my pants here, are you? Here's a listener who beat the friend zone. Oh.
Congrats.
That didn't end well.
Oh, no.
No, it did not.
Oh, shoot. I was thinking we got some hope here.
Yeah.
Wisco Lager Jesus chased this same girl all the way through high school. I was friend zoned all the way through high school by this gal. Then after high school, she said, you know what? Fine, let's do it. You've been chasing me all around, doing all these wonderful things. Let's have sex, me and you. Got her pregnant. The relationship ended shortly thereafter. But he beat the friend zone.
Oh, hopefully they can remain friends.
Oh, dude.
715 Wild Man, Mild Man said if you set your standards low enough, you never get friend zoned. That's fun.
What if you did, though? What if you had super low standards? You're like, I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. And they say, no, you're just not what I'm looking for.
Oh, that's tough to come back from.
Dude.
That would just kill that, wouldn't it?
You just say to yourself, wait a minute, I came all the way down here to the bottom of the barrel, and I'm still getting shut out?
Daniel, where's that lube? I'm going to need it.
Oh, son of a bitch. Well, there you go. I think we've given enough. And I'm content pulling the plug on this right here. What do you think of that, Cubby?
That's it? You think, hey, you're getting what you paid for?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
All done.
It's a free show.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we don't charge a thing for it. Not a thing.
No.
Happy birthday to Need Vitamin V, Jesus. Congratulations to James graduating high school and getting accepted to St. Scholastica.
Dude.
And happy 34th to Medical Chicken Lady, Jesus. Have an awesome Monday.
Something else that's free, Booze Cruise tickets. So right now on the Luther Bloomington Kia text line, text STERN, STERN, to 651-989-9393 for a shot to win tickets to the Half-Ass Morning Show Booze Cruise. That'll happen Friday, June 28th on the Stillwater Riverboats.
93X.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show podcast is sponsored by Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. New episodes drop each weekday. If your podcast platform has ratings, go ahead and give us 5 stars and maybe give our enemies 1. Thanks, and here's a word from our sponsor.
It is fun, sun, and savings time at Standard Heating and Air with incredible savings on AC units, heat pumps, and combo deals this month to ensure your air quality is up to snuff this summer. Go to standardheating.com for more info or to schedule your appointment today.